Chapter 12-16. After everything was done, Qin Feng began to attack the formation. However, after attacking for a while, he discovered that the formation's core was very strange. The formation's core could absorb the spiritual energy floating in the surrounding forest to replenish its energy. If Qin Feng were to attack it alone, he would probably need to fight for a day and a night. Rumble. A muffled sound exploded in the sky. A golden fur lion king with golden curly hair slashed down from the sky with the dragon saber in his hand. The saber formed a sea of sabers, and its momentum seemed to be able to split mountains and rivers. Rumble. With the addition of the golden fur lion king, the formation core was quickly weakening, but it was still too slow. Qin Feng moved his thoughts, and a few silhouettes flashed and descended. Shimin Chui Shua was wearing a snow-white robe. He held an ordinary black scabbard sword in his hand, but every slash of his sword set off a turbulent momentum. Ouyang Feng held the snake staff in his hand, and a few fireballs fell from the sky. Glacial Snow Mastiff and Flaming Golden Eagle were also teleported by Qin Feng through the time-space gate. Even Hua Tuo was here. There were less than 10 of them, but their combined combat power was not to be underestimated. In a short while, the formation core was completely destroyed. Rumble. It was as if a bolt of lightning had struck the ground, causing the entire plain and valley to shake. A cluster of buildings appeared on the originally flat ground. Qin Feng and the others stood under the city gate, where 40 to 50 black-clothed assassins had already rushed out. Who dares to break into the Golden Assassin crew's base? Die quickly. As soon as the leading assassin finished speaking, a white light flashed across his neck. The assassin's head was separated from his body, and he fell into a pool of blood. Qin Feng's casual palm strike scared the assassins half to death. They were all assassins who had killed countless people, but they didn't even see how Qin Feng did it. Master, you can rest at the side. Leave these ants to us, the Golden Fur Lion King roared, and before the assassins could react, he slashed 6 of them into pieces. Shimin Chui Shue, Ouyang Feng, and Hua Tuo also attacked. The 3 of them were at stage 1 true Qi, so the assassins below stage 9 inner Qi were no match for them. Even the Glacial Snow Mastiff and Flaming Golden Eagle were oppressing the assassins along the way. The contrast between ice and fire was magnificent. The 30 or so assassins guarding the gate were killed in an instant, but another 100 or so black-clothed assassins rushed out. This time, it wasn't just low-level assassins who had come. There were also a few old men dressed in white and gray robes. Who are you people? Why did you come to my Golden Assassin crew to cause trouble? The crowd rushed to the city gate, but they were not in a hurry to act. A man in a white robe walked to the front of the crowd and looked at Qin Feng. Who are you? Qin Feng asked. I'm a great warlock of the Golden Assassin group. You've killed many of our disciples, so don't even think of leaving without an explanation. The Great Warlock was aware that Qin Feng's group possessed superior strength, so he didn't dare to attack them directly. He wanted to use the Golden Assassin crew's prestige to intimidate everyone. Qin Feng sneered, "You're not qualified to talk to me. Tell your Golden Daoist to come out." The complexion of the Great Warlock changed dramatically in an instant, and his white hair fluttered in anger. You lowly people dare to call our Daoist priest by his name? You want to see him? You'll have to get past me first. Golden Daoist priest was the leader of the assassin group, and his reputation was inviolable. The Great Warlock was obviously thoroughly enraged, and suddenly roared, "Great Warlocks, follow me into formation. Young Warlocks, assist in attack. Assassins, main attack." The Golden Assassin group was really meticulous when it came to fighting. It was even more troublesome than many big sects outside of China's martial world. Like the Wudang 13 Swords formation, the Shaolin 18 Bronze Men formation, and the stellar gate that Qin Fen had exterminated. The Golden Assassin group was famous for all kinds of spells. In just a few breaths of time, the 100 people suddenly divided into 3 teams, and each team's formation was very strange. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Dozens of assassins flew over, holding different weapons. Shimin Chueshua and the other heroes didn't care about these rookies, and launched a counterattack at the same time. The sky was filled with the shadows of knives and swords. In an instant, more than 10 assassins died tragically on the ground. The expressions of the young warlocks in the second team changed drastically, and they all threw yellow talismans into the sky. Suddenly, they turned into fireballs, ice, and even a few heavenly thunder talismans. The heavenly thunder could only be triggered by experts of the half-step fairy realm. However, some spell masters who specialized in spells could trigger the thunder in advance. Although the heavenly thunder triggered by these young warlocks was earth-shattering, its power was far inferior to the heavenly thunder triggered by experts of the half-step fairy realm. The sound of thunder rumbled in the void, and even the weather changed. The assassins all retreated, scattering and hiding in the dark, as if they were waiting for a surprise attack to deal a fatal blow. The fireballs and ice that filled the sky were nothing to Ouyang Feng and the others. However, when the heavenly thunder came rolling down, it was like an electric net had enveloped the 4 heroes, trapping them in a very small area. Humph! How dare you provoke the danger of the Golden Assassin group? You are simply seeking death. The great warlocks in the last row suddenly attacked. They bit their fingers and used their blood essence to draw a formation on their palms. Then, they pushed their palms forward, and several handprints landed on the heads of Ouyang Feng and the others. The heavenly thunder, which was originally as thick as a finger, suddenly expanded, becoming as thick as an arm. Rumble! Rumble! The heavenly thunder had already landed on the 4 heroes' bodies. Shimin Chueshua's cultivation was the lowest. His hair was disheveled, and he seemed to be in a sorry state. However, Ouyang Feng and Hua Tuo were not in a good state either. They were already too weak to attack, and they were busy dodging the power of the heavenly thunder. Only the Golden Fur Lion King raised his dragon-slaying saber and tried to break through the electric net. However, it seemed like it would be difficult for him to do so in such a short time. The battle was in a difficult situation. Suddenly, a pink light flickered in the void, and another muffled thunder rumbled. It was even more violent than the heavenly thunder caused by the warlocks. Several lightning bolts, which were as thick as a person's waist, struck down, instantly creating several large pits in the ground. The surrounding assassins were all blasted to pieces, and a few unfortunate warlocks were also struck by the lightning bolts. Qin Feng's figure appeared, standing on his flying sword and hovering in midair. He was wearing a purple thunder wild robe, and electric currents were surging around him. The purple lightning bolts were drawn down by Qin Feng. Not good, the opponent also has a great warlock, and his realm is higher than ours. The members of the assassin group, who originally had the upper hand, immediately fell into chaos. Ouyang Feng and the others had already broken through the electric net and were wantonly killing everyone. The group of warlocks was so scared that they threw their heads away and fled. What kind of powerful technique was able to draw out heavenly thunder that was as thick as a person's waist? It was comparable to the wrath of heavenly thunder that could be drawn out by a half-step to the fairy realm expert. Crackle! After the purple thunder rang out, it could not be calmed down. The whole valley seemed to be in a sea of lightning. The mountains collapsed, and the ground cracked. There were corpses everywhere, and it was even more terrifying than hell. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Feng for torturing and killing 50 people. You have upgraded the killer book to level 3. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Feng for torturing and killing 100 people. You have upgraded the killer book to level 4. The system notifications kept ringing in Qin Feng's mind. He had already killed over 100 assassins and warlocks. The gate of the Golden Assassin Group's base was destroyed, and a cloud of dust rose. Ouyang Feng and the others entered the base. The glacial snow mastiff leaped into the base, and the flaming golden eagle circled above the base. Fire rained down from the sky. Not good, someone has broken through the base's array and is killing their way in. The assassins and warlocks who were beaten back ran all over the base. Even more members rushed out. They had not seen the power of Qin Feng's group, and they angrily shouted, "What are you panicking for? This is the Golden Assassin Group's base. No matter how many people come, let them die here." Whoosh! 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 White light filled the sky, and it seemed to fill every corner of the base. Many of the members who were acting ruthlessly suddenly exploded and died halfway through their words. Qin Feng's elite team was too valiant. The lowest realm among them was Shimen Chueshue, who was at stage 9 inner chi, and the Golden Fur Lion King, who was at stage 4 of vital energy, was too fierce. It was almost to the extent that he could kill anyone who stood in his way. The Dragon Slayer's saber in his hand had turned blood red, and a bloody path was carved out behind him. Quickly informed Taoist Master Gold. The enemy this time is too strong. Finally, someone thought of the leader of the organization. Everyone ran toward the innermost part of the base. There was an octagonal tower there, and it was the private area where Taoist Master Gold cultivated in seclusion. Rumble. Qin Feng killed his way over on his flying sword. Whenever he saw the octagonal tower, he would send several balls of destructive fire flying toward it. The flames raged endlessly, and in an instant, the top of the tower was set ablaze. The disciples who had just run downstairs were trembling in fear. Taoist Master Gold's forbidden cultivation area had been burned down. These people were here to exterminate the entire sect. What kind of madman is this? He dares to cause trouble in the Golden Assassin Group's base. An aged roar descended from the sky, and it seemed to come from all directions. Qin Feng and the others temporarily stopped, but they could not find the figure of the person who spoke. The defeated disciples were pleasantly surprised, as if they had found a life-saving straw in the water. This was Taoist Master Gold's voice. "Grandpa Qin Feng, I've come here today to destroy your assassin group's base." Qin Feng's voice spread out, and his true chi shot out. Just his loud roar alone was enough to make the disciples on the ground unable to breathe. Suddenly, another aura appeared in the air. The aura instantly increased, and it actually suppressed Qin Feng's true chi. "So you're Qin Feng. You wild brat, you actually dared to destroy my Huaxia base. I was just about to look for you." Taoist Master Gold's voice was clearly much colder. Just as he finished speaking, a ball of flames descended from the sky at an extremely fast speed. It was like a meteor streaking across the sky. "Master, be careful," the four heroes cried out at the same time. Qin Feng's expression changed, and he hurriedly stepped on his flying sword to narrowly avoid the three balls of flames. Several loud sounds exploded on the ground, and the valley shook violently. Three huge pits appeared, and the flames in the deep pits were still burning fiercely. The intensity of the flames was even comparable to Qin Feng's destructive fire. Taoist Master Gold suddenly appeared, and he stood at the top of the octagonal tower, ignoring the burning of the destructive fire. He wore a golden robe and held a staff in his hand. His gray hair fluttered in the wind, and his eyes spat out flames of anger. "Stinking brat, you want to destroy my base with just these few people?" "This is simply," an angry roar rang out, but halfway through, he suddenly stopped. A black shadow had appeared at the top of the octagonal tower, and with a flash of golden light, the dragon Salyer had already descended, directly sending Taoist Master Gold flying. For the fastest and most accurate reading, please bookmark this site to read the latest. Chapter 12:17. The atmosphere suddenly became silent, and it became extremely strange. Everyone's jaws dropped to the ground, as they were all stunned by the scene of the Golden Fur Lion King slapping the Golden Daoist priest away. The Golden Daoist priest's entrance was extremely powerful, as the flames he had unleashed had forced Qin Feng to retreat. However, he was still unable to withstand the Golden Fur Lion King's palm strike. Humph. You are just an ant trying to act mysterious. Just watch how I will torture you. The Golden Fur Lion King was extremely puzzled, and he was slightly surprised for a second before he raised the dragon blade and slashed at the Golden Daoist priest once again. The long blade energy descended from the sky, instantly creating a fissure in the ground. However, the Golden Daoist priest had already disappeared, as if he had escaped underground. The atmosphere became strange once again, and it even had a slightly grave feeling to it. This spell master was indeed difficult to deal with. Attracting lightning and escaping underground were consummate techniques that could only be used by half-step fairy realm experts. However, the Golden Daoist priest had used some talismans and secret techniques to achieve these abilities. You coward. If you have the guts, then come out and fight me. Escaping underground isn't a man at all. Although the Golden Fur Lion King was blind, he could still sense everything. Suddenly, a gust of wind erupted from the bottom of his feet, and the Golden Fur Lion King immediately flew up. Numerous fireballs followed behind him, and the intense flames seemed like they were about to melt the air. The Golden Fur Lion King's expression changed. Whoosh! Numerous icicles attacked him, instantly forming a layer of ice beneath the Golden Fur Lion King's feet. The Golden Daoist priest's expression changed greatly. It was obvious that he did not expect Qin Feng's ice to be able to block his flames. This was the Earth Dragon's fire that had devoured a fire element demonic beast's demon nucleus. How could the ice created by an ordinary vital energy expert be able to restrict it? Little brat, I have underestimated you. It's a pity that you all still have to die in the end. The Golden Daoist priest was filled with anger, and his gray hair fluttered to the top of his head. He suddenly bit the skin on his hand and waved it around in the air. It was unknown what he was doing. Rumble. However, in the next moment, a large area of the ground suddenly caved in. Qin Feng and the four heroes did not have the ability to fly in the air, so they could only fall. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng quickly escaped on his flying sword. However, Golden Fur Lion King and the other three heroes had not reached the realm of flying in the air, so they could only fall. The sunken ground seemed to be bottomless, as if it was leading to the Earth's core. Rumble. However, halfway down, raging flames burst out from the ground. The flames soared into the sky, as if forming a fire dragon. Not good. Everyone, quickly think of a way to get out. This is the myriad beast true fire, we won't be able to stop it. The Golden Fur Lion King's expression changed greatly. He had almost been hit by the Earth Dragon fire from the Golden Daoist priest, so he was very vigilant towards the fire dragon emerging from the ground. When Shimin Chueshua and Huatuo's feet were about to be devoured by the fire dragon, Ouyang Feng stepped on the walls around him and tried to pull them back with his snake cane. This won't do. This Earth Dragon flame is too fierce. You guys go up first. Don't worry about us. Shimin Chueshua and Huatuo's expressions were grave. Ouyang Feng and Golden Fur Lion King could not do anything either. The four of them were falling, and the fire was rising from the ground. They could not even protect themselves, let alone save others. Ha! A group of ants like you dares to provoke the dignity of this deity. So what if you are experts of true Qi stage? In front of a gold warlock with exceedingly high magical powers, they're all dead. The golden Daoist priest jumped onto the burning roof of the octagonal building. He looked at the situation on the ground and laughed maniacally. His dazzling golden robe fluttered as he ignored the destructive fire burning on the roof of the octagonal building. Halfway through his laughter, the golden Daoist priest's expression suddenly froze. The 4 people on the ground who were about to be devoured by the earth dragon flame suddenly disappeared. Then, a silver light flickered above his head, and the 4 heroes descended from the sky like divine soldiers. "You bastard! Eat this!" After the golden fur lion king reappeared, the dragon slayer's saber slashed down from the sky. The tens of meters long saber chi directly split the octagonal building into 2. The building collapsed with a rumble, and the golden Daoist priest was sent flying. Rumble. Loud noises resounded continuously, and a cloud of dust flew everywhere. It was as if there was an earthquake. The golden Daoist priest was buried in the rubble, and it was unknown whether he was dead or alive. The assassin group members standing downstairs were dumbstruck. A second ago, the golden Daoist priest had the upper hand, and he was about to burn Golden Fur Lion King and the other 3 alive. But a moment later, the situation had changed. This reversal happened too quickly, and no one could recover from it. Rumble. The golden Daoist priest didn't die so easily. After a loud noise came from the ruins, a golden figure soared into the sky. "How is this possible? You're all great warlocks. How is this possible?" The golden Daoist priest landed on the roof of another building. With a magic staff in hand, he looked at Qin Fan's group of 5 with a shocked expression. For a moment, he forgot to continue fighting. Just a moment ago, Qin Fan used the spatial gate to transport the 4 heroes from the ground to the sky. This scene made the golden Daoist priest mistakenly believe that everyone was a great warlock. This was a type of transposition spell. What's with all this nonsense? Die! The golden fur king bellowed, and once again brandished the domineering dragon slayer. After exchanging blows, everyone had a better understanding of each other's strength. The golden Daoist priest might be at the realm of level 2 true chi, but his spells were exceedingly high. Just a moment ago, he almost burned Golden Fur Lion King, who was at level 4 true chi, to death. As for Shimin Chui Shui, Ouyang Feng, and Hua Tuo, they simply couldn't subdue the Golden Fur Lion King. However, the golden Daoist priest also had a weakness. Without using spells, he wasn't Golden Fur Lion King's match. He was already sent flying by Golden Fur Lion King twice. Rumble. A series of loud noises resounded in the air. Golden Fur Lion King and the golden Daoist priest were engaged in a brawl. In the head-on clash, the golden Daoist priest was quickly defeated, and once again escaped underground. "Fuck! You coward, are you even a man?" The Golden Fur Lion King bellowed in anger. Every time it was about to kill the golden Daoist priest, this guy would immediately escape underground. However, tens of meters away, the golden Daoist priest suddenly appeared. The golden robe on his body had been chopped into pieces, and there were a few bloody scratches on his body. He looked battered and exhausted. "You bunch of madmen, today I'll fight it out with you. All members of the Golden Assassin crew, listen to my command, we won't rest until Qin Fan is dead." The golden Daoist priest bellowed. His voice penetrated through the air and resounded throughout the deserted island. Thousands of assassin crew members gathered on the island, and in a moment, all of them rushed toward the center of the base. The sound of footsteps resounded unceasingly, and groups of people rushed over from all directions. Qin Fan and the 4 heroes only had 5 people and 2 battle pets, but they were facing thousands of assassin warlocks. It was a strange scene. Golden Daoist priest. The people who rushed over all greeted the golden Daoist priest respectfully. Then, they stared malevolently at Qin Fen's group of 5 and the 2 beasts that were surrounded. No matter how powerful Qin Fen's group of 5 were, the thousands of disciples gathered around them did not take them seriously at all. The Golden Assassin crew had been established for hundreds of years, and the Golden Warlocks had been passed down since ancient times. Although this mysterious organization was weakening, it had never been destroyed. No one believed that the Golden Assassin crew would be destroyed because the Golden Daoist priest's strength and magic were unfathomable. With him leading the way, Qin Fen's group would undoubtedly die. Qin Fen, you've underestimated the power of my Golden Assassin crew. Because of this, you'll have to pay with your life. The Golden Daoist priest was initially uncertain, but when his subordinates all gathered around him, he immediately became arrogant again. No matter how powerful Qin Fen was and how he was crowned China's #1, the Golden Daoist priest did not believe that Qin Fen's group could leave alive under the siege of thousands of people. You're dawdling like an old woman. Watch my blade. Golden Fur Lion King could not wait any longer. He lifted the dragon saber and leaped into the air. With a furious roar, the powerful aura of stage 4 true Qi surged out. 100-meter-long blade aura condensed and instantly split the space in half. Before the dozens of assassins could react, they were already smashed into pieces. Brothers, let's kill this group of arrogant bastards. Warlocks, set up the formation. Assassins, attack. Golden Fur Lion King's blade completely started the battle. Hundreds of assassins leaped into the air and the sky was densely packed with people, blocking the view of the sky. Shimin Chui Shui danced the black scabbard sword in his hand. In an instant, the sky was densely packed with sword images. Dozens of assassins who were trying to stab him suddenly exploded in mid-air. They did not even know how they died. Ouyang Feng had already entered a state of madness. His entire body was like a giant toad lying on the ground. His body was filled with an overbearing evil aura. Any random burst of his aura could send a group of assassins flying. It was simply a one-sided tyranny. The 4 heroes each had their own strengths. These assassins were all below stage 9 inner Qi, so they were no match for the heroes. Moreover, Hua Tuo, the immortal doctor, did not even need to attack. He was only responsible for replenishing Qin Feng and the others' medicinal pills. Bang! 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 Loud noises resounded incessantly. The valley was dark and gloomy, as if it was the end of the world. Although the assassins had a lot of people, they quickly realized the difference in strength between the two sides was too big. Even the little warlocks and great warlocks could not protect themselves. The so-called formation was destroyed by Qin Feng as soon as it was built. These people are simply homicidal maniacs. Everyone, run for your lives. Who are they? When did China have such powerful experts? Qin Feng. The person leading them is China's Azure Dragon Qin Feng. He is an existence that defeated the Divine Dragon. The originally imposing assassins soon lost their confidence. Many of them covered their heads and fled like rats. Just Qin Feng's name alone was enough to scare them half to death. Dozens of little warlocks were burned to ashes by the fire of destruction. The great warlocks were no longer in the mood to set up formations. They did not even have the ability to protect themselves. Standing on top of a building, Gold Taoist priest was fuming. Qin Feng's strength was beyond his imagination. Who dares to run? Come back here. Gold Taoist priest roared at the sky, but no one listened to him. Suddenly, several black flames appeared in the crowd. It was Gold Taoist priest's earth dragon fire. Flames of war raged in the surroundings. Dozens of assassins were instantly melted, but even more assassins were still running away. They were going to die anyway, so they might as well try their luck. Qin Feng, you have ruined my plans time and time again. How dare you cause trouble in my base? Today, I will make you die a horrible death. Gold Taoist priest suddenly stopped. He ignored the assassins who were running away. His golden Daoist robe fluttered as he bit his hands, causing his blood essence to shoot out in all directions. He drew many mysterious patterns in the void, and those ancient patterns appeared, forming a formation in the void that began to operate. Strange golden lights shot out and fell on the hundreds of disciples on the ground. The disciples who were running for their lives stiffened and their eyes became empty, as if they had become shells. For the fastest and error-free reading, please bookmark this site and read the latest. Chapter 12:18. Rumble. A series of loud noises suddenly rang out from the ground. These noises came from the bodies of the hundreds of disciples. No one knew what kind of evil spell Golden Taoist priest used to control the minds of hundreds of disciples, turning them into real death warriors. A death warrior was terrifying because he was not afraid of death. There was only one thought left in his mind, and he had to complete it. Master, there's something wrong with these people. Everyone, be careful. Golden Fur Lion King was the first to notice the abnormality. The ferocious and invincible Golden Lion King leaped to the wall dozens of meters away. Shimin Chui Shui turned into a white shadow and disappeared. Ouyang Feng leaped to the top of a building like a giant toad. The flaming golden eagle circled in the air and let out angry cries. Hua Tuo rode on the glacial snow mastiff and hid in the dark. The intense battle suddenly came to a halt, and a strange atmosphere filled the air. The group of disciples were like zombies, hunching their backs and standing in the same place, as if waiting for their masters to give orders. Ha! Qin Feng, aren't you very arrogant? Why don't you fight? Today, I will let you know the consequences of offending a gold warlock. Woo woo woo. After Golden Taoist priest laughed wildly, he suddenly pouted and howled at the sky. His howl sounded like a wolf's howl, and it sent chills down everyone's spine. Swish! 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 Suddenly, the hundreds of disciples on the ground moved. Their speed was obviously faster, and their strength seemed to have increased by a lot. Clouds of mist rose from their bodies, and it felt very strange. Swish! Without hesitation, Qin Feng shot out a dozen wind blades. The wind blades landed on the bodies of the assassins, but they did not cut them into pieces. The same thing happened to Shimin Chui Shui and Ouyang Feng. Their sword chi and punches seemed to have weakened, and they were not fatal when they landed on the bodies of the assassins. Rumble. The 100-meter-long blade chi slashed down from the sky. On the other hand, the Golden Fur Lion King split a dozen killers into two with a single slash. With a slash, the Golden Fur Lion King immediately retreated and shouted, Master, these people have their minds controlled. They are in a berserk state. Even if we don't kill them, they will die in half an hour. When Qin Feng killed Ling Chongkong, the leader of the Starlight Sept, the old man had used Qi Explosion. The principle of Qi Explosion was the same as Qi Explosion. It could increase one's strength instantly, but the side effects were also very obvious. If it was light, they would suffer internal injuries and lose a level. If it was heavy, they would die on the spot. If it wasn't for Daoist priest Gold controlling these disciples, they definitely wouldn't have gone berserk so easily. Moreover, they had gone completely berserk. This was simply suicidal. Everyone, pay attention to dodge. Don't fight head-on with these death warriors. Under Qin Feng's command, the four heroes immediately retreated. However, Daoist priest Gold wasn't going to let them go so easily. He kept slapping the air with both hands, and the Deathsworn became faster and faster, chasing after Qin Feng and the others. Master, you can release the 5 Kings' ghost head talismans. They aren't afraid of death. Little Pig's voice suddenly rang out. Qin Fen's eyes lit up, and with a thought, 5 loud noises came from the sky. 5 clouds of black fog descended from the sky, as if 5 evil monsters had descended on Earth. What the hell is this? Daoist Gold looked up at the sky and suddenly frowned. These 5 clouds of black mist emitted a dense evil aura, causing Daoist Gold to feel somewhat apprehensive. The black fog was like 5 balls of fire. Under Qin Feng's control, it flew into the crowd. The entire assassin group's base was corroded by evil energy. Once the 5 kings appeared, evil grew. Bang, bang, bang. Wherever the 5 kings went, the surroundings were filled with loud noises. The 5 kings of Green Gate were experts at the first or second layer of true qi. It was too easy for them to deal with this group of death warriors. Daoist Gold was so angry that he cried out. Up until now, he still couldn't figure out what these 5 clouds of black fog were. Seeing that nearly 100 of the disciples under his control had been killed or injured, Daoist Gold waved his hands at lightning speed. It seemed like he was giving out new orders. Bang, bang, bang. Another wave of loud noises exploded. This time, it was the group of death warriors who exploded themselves. After their qi eruption, the warriors were like small bombs. When dozens of them exploded at the same time, their might couldn't be underestimated. 2 of the Green Gate Ghost Kings vanished into thin air in the explosion, and the remaining 3 Ghost Kings were also seriously injured. Daoist Gold's tactic was to kill 100 and sacrifice 1,000, but in the end, it was still effective. Seeing that the 5 clouds of black fog had completely disappeared, Daoist Gold became smug again. Ha! Qin Fen, if you still have any tricks up your sleeves, use them all. In front of a great gold warlock like me, all of them are bullshit. Oh. Is that so? Then take another look. Qin Fen sneered. 5 muffled thunders seemed to strike down from the sky. The 5 monarchs' ghost head talismans were activated, and the 5 monarchs of Green Gate appeared once again. Daoist Gold's smile instantly froze on his face, and his eyeballs almost popped out. How could this be? Are you really a great warlock? Your magic power is so powerful. Which sect are you from? Daoist Gold was scared to death by Qin Fen. Not only could Qin Fen break formations, he could also release destructive flames and extreme ice, and he could even attract heavenly lightning. Now, he could even summon 5 ghost head talisman powerhouses. Although Golden Taoist Priest also knew these tricks, he was not as good as Qin Fen. Bang, bang, bang. While Daoist Gold was in a daze, the 5 monarchs once again rushed into the crowd. In an instant, dozens of death warriors were blown to pieces, and they couldn't be more dead. The Golden Assassin Group's main base was originally guarded by 1,000 people. At this moment, blood flowed like a river, and corpses were everywhere. There were less than 200 people left standing, and they were falling in large numbers at a rapid speed. Rumble. After the 5 monarchs were blown to smithereens, muffled sounds came from the sky once again. The 5 golden ghost head talismans of Qin Fen were permanently activated, and the 5 monarchs of Verdant Sect could also appear without limit. Shimin Chui Shua and the others were shocked by the power of the golden ghost head talisman. Even Golden Fur Lion King was dumbstruck. He was thinking that if he were to face these 5 undying golden ghost head talisman, he would be helpless. After an unknown amount of time, hundreds of death warriors were wiped out by the 5 monarchs of Verdant Sect. The ground was dyed red with blood, and the air was filled with the smell of blood. Daoist Gold stood blankly on the roof, looking at the hellish scene in front of him incredulously. He was a grand golden great warlock, yet he was helpless against Qin Fen. Little ants, how dare you offend master? Go to hell. As soon as the death warriors were annihilated, Golden Fur Lion King leaped into the air with the dazzling dragon Salure in hand. Golden light flickered, and the 100-meter-long saber chi cut through the mountains and rivers, splitting the majestic castle into two. Rumble. Daoist Gold cut a sorry figure as he dodged the attack, but he was still hit by the flying bricks. After he fell to the ground, he was covered by the ruins. It was unknown whether he was dead or alive. Master, don't move. I can still feel that guy's breath. I'll go and kill him myself. Golden Fur Lion King leaped a few times with the dragon salure in hand. Like an agile cheetah, he quickly arrived at the ruins. Just as the sword in his hand was about to slash down, there was a loud explosion, and the gravel on the ground was blasted high into the sky. Little ants, I knew you were playing tricks. Die! Golden Fur Lion King was already prepared. He retreated and brandished his sword at the same time. The violent sword chi rose like a curtain and chopped the gravel flying in the sky into powder. A golden light shot high into the sky. In the blink of an eye, it appeared 100 meters high in the sky. Everyone raised their heads and looked, their expressions changing unpredictably. There was no figure of Daoist gold in the sky, but a dazzling golden mecha was suspended in the air. This mecha had a cool design, and there were 2 rocket launchers burning on its back, supporting the mecha to fly in the air. Qin Fen's eyes lit up. This mecha was exactly the same as the mecha on the Firebird ship. What kind of crap is this? Look at the blade. The Golden Fur Lion King roared and leaped into the sky with his blade. The Golden Fur Lion King, who was at the 4th level of True Chi, was still unable to walk in the air. However, he leaped into the air and swung his dragon salure towards the mecha. The mecha floated in the air without moving, but a pair of arms quickly changed direction. They were 2 machine guns, and bullets rained down like rain. Ta 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 ta. The blade chi and the bullets collided, and the bullets were smashed into powder that fell to the ground. However, the bullets in the mecha seemed to be endless. By the time the Golden Fur Lion King got close to the mecha, the blade chi produced by the blade had already disappeared. Boom! But at this time, the mecha quickly retreated, and a cannon opened up on its chest. A cannonball flew over, and its speed was like a meteor streaking across the sky. The Golden Fur Lion King was unable to change its position in the air, so it had no choice but to swing its blade down. It was as if a beautiful firework had exploded in the sky. The golden light flickered, and the mecha had long since disappeared. However, the Golden Fur Lion King was hit by the explosion and fell from 100 meters high. Shwa! With a flash of pink light, Qin Fen caught the Golden Fur Lion King. There were a few wounds on the Golden Fur Lion King's body, and blood spurted out like water droplets. Master, run, that ant's equipment is too strong. Master is no match for it. The Golden Fur Lion King was on the verge of death, and its golden hair was covered in dust. That slash was the full power of the Golden Fur Lion King stage for True Chi stage, and it did not hold back at all. Yet, it could not block the cannonball, and it did not even injure the Golden Daoist priest. From the looks of it, Qin Fen, Ouyang Feng, and the other heroes could not do anything to the Golden Daoist priest. Qin Fen moved his mind, and the Golden Fur Lion King disappeared into the system to recuperate. Shimin Chui Shua and Ouyang Feng had already regained their senses, and the 2 of them joined forces to fight the mecha. Hua Tuo's combat ability was too weak, so Qin Fen simply recalled him into the system as well. The 2 battle pets were attacking from afar, spitting fire and ice. However, the mecha was too fast, and the 2 battle pets could not hit it at all. Bang bang bang. The sound of Shimin Chui Shua and Ouyang Feng being sent flying could not be heard. Even the Golden Fur Lion King could not do anything to the mecha, so Shimin Chui Shua and Ouyang Feng were also helpless. Master, this guy is too strong. You go first. Shimin Chui Shui said coldly. Ouyang Feng looked as if he was facing a formidable enemy. Golden Condor, take Master and fly away. The Golden Condor and the Glacial Snow Mastiff came to protect Qin Fen. But how could Qin Fen leave now? No matter how strong the Golden Taoist priest was, Qin Fen had to kill him. Moreover, this mecha was not invincible. Qin Fen had already planned to use the cannons from Star Technology to bombard the Golden Taoist priest. However, Qin Fen did not understand. Where did this high-tech mecha come from? For the fastest and most error-free reading, please bookmark this site and read the latest. Chapter 12:19. Rumble. While Qin Feng was still in a daze, several cannonballs flew toward him, tearing a hole in the sky. Shimin Chui Shui and Ouyang Feng's expressions changed drastically. Without thinking too much, they immediately rushed towards Qin Fen. One of them wielded a long sword, while the other waved a snake staff, creating a ball of snake-shaped Jin Qi, trying their best to block the two cannonballs that streaked past like meteors. Bang! The cannonballs and the true energy collided with each other, creating an earth-shattering scene. The valley shook, and a row of buildings collapsed. Shimin Chui Shui and Ouyang Feng landed on the ground like two black shadows, creating two huge craters. Master, we'll be in trouble if we don't leave now. Little Pig tried to persuade Qin Feng with his mind. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng appeared above the two craters. His eyes were bloodshot as he looked at the wounded Shimin Chui Shui and Ouyang Feng. Roar! Qin Feng raised his head and roared like an enraged ancient beast. Ouyang Feng and Shimin Chui Shui were sent back into the system, and the Glacial Snow Mastiff and Flaming Golden Eagle were nowhere to be seen. Qin Feng's mind was in chaos. The Golden Fur Lion King, the four heroes, and the two battle pets were screaming at Qin Feng. They wanted to come out and fight for their master after being sent back into the system. Qin Feng pretended not to hear them and continued to fly around on his flying sword. Taoist priest Gold strength increased by several folds after he put on the golden mecha. The mecha was so tough that even the Golden Fur Lion King's saber couldn't cut through it. Moreover, the mecha was equipped with high-tech weapons. Cannonballs flew everywhere, brushing past Qin Feng's body. Little Pig, should I exchange all my hedonist points for flame cloud gems and radium origin stones? Qin Feng asked in a deep voice. Flame cloud gems and radium origin stones were the energy source of the Star Technology's fire cloud cannon and blue laser gun. Qin Feng was going to counterattack. However, Little Pig's words poured a bucket of cold water over Qin Feng's head. Master, you have 40,000 hedonist points now. It's not even enough to buy a flame cloud gem. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. How many hedonist points can I borrow now? Master is now a rank 7 hedonist mortal. You can borrow 1 million hedonist points and borrow 1,000 hedonist points every day. Little Pig explained in detail. Borrow 1 million hedonist points and buy 3 radium origin stones and 2 flame cloud gems. 1 radium yuan stone costs 30,000 hedonist points, and 1 flame cloud stone cost 50,000 hedonist points. Qin Feng had spent 190,000 hedonist points in one go. Just thinking about it made Qin Feng's heart ache, but he had to find a way to eliminate the Golden Taoist priest. This was because Qin Fen had an agreement with Ling Jiutian. After eradicating the Golden Assassin cruise base, Ling Jiutian would tell him the secret of the system and his mother's whereabouts. Host, Qin hears. And Qin. And, Dragon, host, to host, Qin. And, Tian, host, how? You have borrowed 1 million hedonist points from the hedonist sovereign system to buy 3 radium origin stones and 2 flame cloud gems. You have 850,000 hedonist points remaining. In Qin Feng's left hand was a cool-looking spear. The power of this star technology blue laser spear was not to be underestimated. Back then, Qin Feng relied on this spear to beat the dragon god into a sorry state. Ha! Where are your subordinates, Qin Feng? Don't tell me they were all scared off by me. Why aren't you running for your life? I'll blast you into mincemeat. Taoist Master Golden was extremely arrogant after donning the golden mecha. However, he did have the right to be arrogant. This mecha was indestructible and had terrifying attack power. Even a true Qi stage expert would be suppressed by it and be unable to unleash their full potential. There were only 2 people left in the Golden Assassin cruise base. Qin Feng flew around on his flying sword while Taoist Master Golden hovered in the air, aiming at Qin Feng's position. Boom! Another 2 cannonballs pierced through the air and brushed past Qin Feng's arms. However, the strong airflow caused Qin Feng's body to sway like a small sail in the ocean. Boom! At the same time, 5 muffled explosions sounded. Qin Feng had activated the 5 Kings' golden ghost head talismans. 5 clouds of black mist descended from the sky and headed straight for Taoist Master Golden. Ha ha ha! Qin Feng, is there a hole in your brain? You want to use this kind of petty technique to deal with me? These 5 clouds of evil energy can't even withstand a single blow from my golden mecha. Go to hell. Taoist Master Golden was enraged when he saw the 5 kings of Verdant Sect. These 5 golden ghost head talismans had caused all the assassins and warlocks in the base to self-destruct. The sky was filled with endless gunshots. The bullets fired by the golden mecha were much more powerful than ordinary machine guns. Be it the machine gun or the bullets, they were all made of special materials and had boundless power. The sky was filled with bullets like rain. When the 5 kings of Verdant Sect got close to Taoist Master Golden, they were instantly turned into ashes. Boom! At this moment, a deafening explosion resounded. Qin Feng didn't summon the 5 kings to defeat Taoist Master Golden, but to distract him. At this moment, Qin Feng was hovering high in the sky on his flying sword with a fiery red cannon on his shoulder. His dragon mouth released a dragon's roar and fired 2 fire cloud cannons in quick succession. At the same time, Qin Feng's left hand also fired 3 blue laser beams. The blue laser beams were like 3 lightning bolts, each as thick as an arm. Bang, bang, bang. The speed of the fire cloud cannons was no slower than the golden cannons fired by the golden mecha. In the blink of an eye, they reached Taoist Master Golden. The golden mecha, which had been hovering in the sky, leaped up and dodged the 2 fire cloud cannons by a hair's breadth. However, one of the laser beams struck its abdomen. Boom! The fire cloud cannons landed on the valley in the distance and blasted the mountain peak to the ground. The other 2 laser beams struck the ground and instantly created 2 large pits. Taoist Master Golden was sent flying by one of the laser beams. The golden mecha seemed to have lost control and crashed into a row of buildings like a cannonball. Rumble! The sound was like thunder. The dust on the ground rose and dyed half the sky a hazy color. Pink light flickered in the dust. Qin Feng carried the fire cloud cannon on his shoulder and held the blue laser gun in his hand. He was looking for Taoist Master Golden and was ready to fire as soon as he found him. Boom! The dragon's roar resounded again. Qin Feng looked around and couldn't find Taoist Master Golden, so he simply blasted the fire cloud cannon into the ruins. The buildings instantly crumbled and rocks flew in all directions. The speed and power of the explosion were even more ferocious than bullets. They could definitely penetrate a normal person's body in an instant. The pile of rubble was flattened and a huge pit was formed. A faint golden light flashed at the bottom of the pit. Taoist Master Golden was lying there. Swoosh! Pink light flickered. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng hovered above the pit with the fire cloud cannon on his shoulder. He aimed his dragon mouth at Taoist Master Golden and fired without hesitation. Young Master Hua, hurry and save me, the fire cloud cannon had already flown out. At this time, Taoist Master Golden didn't think of a way to escape. He actually shouted at the sky. A white light flashed and Taoist Master Golden disappeared. At the same time, Little Pig's anxious voice resounded in Qin Feng's mind, "This is bad, Master. There's a system owner nearby, rumble." The fire cloud cannon's power was enormous, and the ground was still exploding. Qin Feng had already turned into a pink light and disappeared into the void. He frowned. "There's a system owner nearby." Qin Feng immediately thought of the Firebird and Taoist Master Gold's battle armor. Qin Feng had only seen this kind of high-tech product in the Star Technology product interface. From the looks of it, these battle armors were made by the owner of the system that appeared nearby. All of this was just speculation, but it was enough to make Qin Feng nervous. Qin Feng stood at the peak of the secular world's martial arts and had even unified the martial arts world. He wasn't afraid of martial artists, but he was very wary of system owners. It was precisely because Qin Feng possessed the Hedonist sovereign system that he was even more aware of the terror of the system. "Who are you?" Qin Feng asked as he changed his position in the void. A white light flickered incessantly in the sky. Because it was broad daylight, this white light was even more difficult to detect. Even Qin Feng couldn't pinpoint his location. "And who are you?" An unfamiliar voice rang out. It was obviously not Taoist Master Golden. China's Azure Dragon, Qin Feng. "Oh. You're young Master Qin. No wonder a powerless hedonist young master like you could stand at the peak of the secular world's martial arts in just a year. So you and I are the same. We both have secrets that no one knows." The voice rang out again. It sounded like the voice of a man in his early 30s. Qin Feng's heart tightened. He was sure that the other party had discovered his secret of having a system. "I'm here today to eradicate the Golden Assassin Cruise base. Hand over Taoist Master Golden." Qin Feng quickly calmed down. This wasn't the first time he had encountered a system owner. Cher was the owner of the Ultimate Superstar system. Codename Y even gave Qin Feng a system, and Qin Feng gave the Ultimate Peace system to the Dragon God. "Taoist Master Golden is my subordinate. Why would I hand him over to you? I advise you to scram, or else I won't be polite." Young Master Hua's voice suddenly turned cold. The surrounding temperature seemed to drop by several degrees. Qin Feng's expression also turned cold. "If that's the case, then show yourself and fight." Swoosh. The sound of the wind filled the sky. There was the sound of Qin Feng's wind breaking and young Master Hua's movements. On the wall of the Assassin Cruise base, Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back. The fire cloud cannon on his shoulder and the blue laser gun in his hand had already disappeared. He wore a purple thunder wild robe. On the roof of a building dozens of meters away, a man in white armor had an imposing appearance. The armor covered him from the soles of his feet to his neck, revealing only his handsome face. Taoist Master Golden sat beside the man. His golden mecha had already disappeared. It seemed to have been destroyed by Qin Feng's fire cloud cannon. Taoist Master Golden's hair was disheveled, and he was on the verge of death. He didn't even have the strength to raise his head to glare at Qin Feng. "Who are you?" Qin Feng observed young Master Hua's aura. It seemed that the armor concealed young Master Hua's aura. Chapter 12:20. Who I am isn't important. What's important is that I can kill you. The man looked at Qin Feng with disdain, as if he didn't care about him at all. Qin Feng's expression was cold as he said indifferently, "Is that so?" Many people have told me that, but I'm still alive now. Those martial artists you've seen are nothing. Even true chi masters can't withstand a single blow from me. Your achievements in martial arts are enviable, but it's a pity that we're in the era of technology. No matter how skilled you are, you're still afraid of bricks. Xiao looked down on Huaxia ancient martial artists as if they were nothing. Qin Feng was confused. Could it be that the other party's system was different? Could it be that it was mainly developing high-tech mechas? Master, your guess might be correct. Actually, there are many systems in the Sovereign series, but the Hedonist Sovereign system is the most powerful. Master's system encompasses all the functions of the Sovereign series of systems, for example, the Hedonist Sovereign system and the Hedonist Sovereign system. Master can also obtain items from those two systems as rewards after completing missions. Another example is the Sovereign Mecha system. It should be mainly used to manufacture intergalactic battle equipment, but Master also has such a high-tech item. To put it simply, the other systems in the Sovereign series are scattered and limited in certain aspects, but Master's Hedonist Sovereign system is an all-round super system. Little Pig's explanation enlightened Qin Feng, and he couldn't help but look down on the other party's mecha system. Little Pig continued to say, however, a single system pursues refinement. If the other party's system develops to a certain level, the weapons he has will definitely be more powerful than Master's. Master should still be careful. Qin Feng rolled his eyes, feeling a bit depressed. At that moment, a white light flashed, and a pair of pure white angel wings appeared on Huaxiao's back. He flew hundreds of meters into the air. Boom! In the blink of an eye, the white mecha suddenly raised its arms and fired two red explosive missiles. The bombs were even faster than the golden mecha. By the time Qin Feng reacted, the bombs had already exploded around him. Shockwaves rolled like waves, creating explosive air currents that were dozens of meters high. The destructive power seemed to be able to destroy the heavens and earth, and it destroyed all the surrounding buildings. Qin Feng's purple thunder wild robe emitted a faint crisp sound, and a few small cracks appeared on it. Boom! The loud explosions didn't stop for a while. Qin Feng was blasted hundreds of meters away and coughed up a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. There was a flash of white light in the air, and Huaxiao was already hovering above Qin Feng. A pair of pure white wings spread out like a rock, and his arms were aimed at Qin Feng, ready to fire at any time. Ha! Is this all you've got? Looks like it's another trashy system. It doesn't matter if I have it or not. Huaxiao chuckled. It wasn't the first time he had met a system owner. There were many systems in the Sovereign series, but many of them were useless. For example, Shuai's Sovereign Superstar system. The Sovereign Mecha system was a relatively powerful existence in battle, so Huaxiao didn't take Qin Feng seriously at all. Qin Feng lay in the huge pit and stuffed a handful of qi-strengthening pills into his mouth as soon as he hit the ground. The strength of Huaxiao's mecha was beyond Qin Feng's imagination. It wasn't hard to see that this guy had already upgraded the Supreme Mecha system to a very high level. The cannon barrel was aimed at Qin Feng, and two red cannonballs shot out like lightning. Huaxiao's face was full of disdain and contempt, as if he could already see the scene of Qin Feng being blown to pieces by the cannonballs. Dong dong. The two muffled sounds were somewhat dull, and they hit a huge shield. The black tortoise shield stood above the pit like a city gate, and it shone with a thick and strange dark brown light. It was made from the turtle shell of the ancient mythical beast, the black tortoise. It was indestructible. Even the dragon god and Ling Chongkong couldn't break the shield, but after being hit by two cannonballs, cracks appeared on the shield, and it looked like it was about to shatter. Master, the black tortoise shield is about to explode, and the purple thunder wild robe can't hold out for much longer. Master, it's best if you leave first. Little Pig's anxious voice sounded again. Qin Feng frowned. He didn't expect the mecha system to be so powerful. They had just exchanged blows, and he was already unable to fight back. Qin Feng's strength recovered a little, but he didn't plan on leaving. It was precisely because the mecha system was so powerful that Qin Feng was even more determined to devour it. Boom! Qin Feng, who had recovered, leaped up, and a cannon appeared on his shoulder. The fire cloud cannon whistled, and he fired 2 shots at Huashao. The air was pierced, and Huashao's pupils instantly locked. He seemed to feel the power of the fire cloud cannon, and he didn't dare to take it head-on. A pair of angel wings flapped quickly, and he instantly flew hundreds of meters into the sky. Bang, bang, bang. Another 3 blue beams shot out, and one of them finally hit Huashao's thigh. The white battle armor suddenly shook, and it deviated from its original trajectory. However, the battle armor wasn't damaged, and Huashao quickly regained control of his body. He turned into a white light and flew over. I've underestimated you. You have a lot of treasures on you. Too bad, they're all going to be mine. Huashao had already arrived behind Qin Feng, and a wave of machine gun fire swept over. It wasn't an ordinary bullet, but a laser bullet that flashed with a red light. Some of the bullets hit Qin Feng's body, and he felt like he was hit by a Stage 1 true Qi expert. Crack, crack, crack. The black tortoise shield appeared again, and it blocked Qin Feng's back. The laser bullets made strange sounds when they collided with it. The cracks on the black tortoise shield were visible to the naked eye. Suddenly, there was a loud bang, and it actually exploded into pieces. The purple battle shield exploded just like that, and Qin Feng was furious. Boom! But at this moment, another muffled sound exploded on Qin Feng's body. His purple thunder wild robe was also destroyed, and it exploded into pieces that fell to the ground. This time, Qin Feng no longer had a defensive spiritual weapon, and he had to circulate his true qi to protect his body. However, facing the crazy laser bullets, Qin Feng couldn't hold out for long. Pink light flew everywhere, and Qin Feng dodged while firing laser beams from the machine gun behind him from time to time. However, Huashao's speed wasn't slower than Qin Feng's, and he couldn't hit the mecha even after firing a few shots. The blood-red blood demon armor was put on by Qin Feng. This battle armor mainly stimulated the blood of demonic beasts, so its defense wasn't outstanding. The bullets from the fire cloud cannon and the blue light laser gun were also almost used up. The bullets from this star's technology really burned money. If Qin Feng continued to lose like this, even the million he borrowed wouldn't be enough. Master, I suggest you buy the wind and cloud mad demon cannon. Little Pig's anxious voice sounded. Qin Feng didn't have time to study the wind and cloud mad demon cannon. Since it was Little Pig's suggestion, he bought it without hesitation. Ding! Congratulations host Qin Feng for spending 300,000 hedonist points on the wind and cloud mad demon cannon. Host Qin Feng has 550,000 hedonist points remaining. The wind and cloud mad demon cannon was also a product from Star Technology, but the price made Qin Feng's heart ache. Wind and cloud mad demon cannon equipment grade, Star Technology S-rank battle armor. Equipment introduction, wind and cloud changes, demon cannon dominates the heavens. System price, 300,000 hedonist points. Energy supply, true qi, spiritual qi of heaven and earth, etc. Qin Feng was shocked when he saw the wind and cloud mad demon cannon's introduction. It was actually an S-rank battle armor from Star Technology. However, Qin Feng was puzzled. The previous battle armor from Star Technology required expensive energy stones to power the cannon, but this wind and cloud mad demon cannon didn't. Little Pig read Qin Feng's thoughts and immediately said, Master, the reason why I asked you to buy the wind and cloud mad demon cannon is because this battle armor doesn't require bullets. It can supply all kinds of energy, such as the spiritual chi of heaven and earth, the power of the tides, the power of the sun and moon, and so on. The more energy the wind and cloud mad demon cannon supplies, the more powerful the cannon. Master can use your true chi as the energy source, and after the wind and cloud mad demon cannon fires, the power will increase tenfold. The laser bullets behind Qin Feng couldn't stop, and the blood demon armor was about to crack. Qin Feng moved his mind, and a silver cannon that was half the height of a person appeared on his waist. This wind and cloud mad demon cannon had two muzzles that could be fired at the same time. Qin Feng turned around, faced the white figure in the air, and fired. Boom! Through Qin Feng's true chi, the huge cannon shot out a transparent white explosive. The power of the bomb was not inferior to the fire cloud cannon, and the firing speed was faster. The two muzzles were like a machine gun, and in an instant, the sky was filled with white bullets. It was as if there was a rain of bullets. Bang, 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 bang. Then, there was an earth-shattering sound. The air exploded, and the airflow changed. The wind and clouds in the sky changed, and it felt like the end of the world. The white figure suddenly slowed down, and it swayed left and right from the rain-like true chi cannon. The snow-white mecha on Huashao's body was really hard, and it didn't break. Boom! Rumble! Qin Feng's attack didn't stop, and he slapped the destructive fire and extreme ice into the wind and cloud mad demon cannon. The fire and extreme ice from the cannon increased tenfold, and the whole sky seemed to be burning, while the other half of the sky seemed to be frozen, and it fell into an extreme scene of ice and fire. Under the fierce attack of the fire and ice, Huashao finally showed signs of danger. This was the demon beast true fire and extreme ice, and after being strengthened tenfold, it seemed like they could destroy everything. Faint crisp sounds came from Huashao's body, and his powerful snow-white mecha seemed to have been hit hard and cracked. Huashao quickly flapped his angel wings to avoid the attack of the wind and cloud mad demon cannon. The power of this S-rank mecha made Huashao tremble. Stinking brat, you've completely angered me, die! Huashao's angry roar echoed in the sky. He was like a crazy beast, and the abdomen of the white mecha suddenly opened up, and a huge cannon muzzle extended out, and fired a shot through the air. The cannonball was the size of a human head, and it was so fast that it created flames in the air. Qin Feng didn't dare to fight this cannonball head-on, and he quickly changed his direction on his flying sword. After dodging for a while, Qin Feng found that the cannonball was still chasing behind him. It was like a tracking cannonball, and it seemed to have grown eyes. Bang 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 bang. Unable to avoid the cannonball, Qin Feng quickly used the wind and cloud mad demon cannon to attack. Fire and ice filled the sky, and it actually slowed down the huge cannonball. However, at this moment, Huashao fired 3 similar cannonballs in a row, and in the blink of an eye, Qin Feng was surrounded. For the fastest and error-free reading, please bookmark this site and read the latest. Chapter 12:21. 3 tracking missiles circled around Qin Feng. Each missile was the size of a human head. The friction between the missiles and the air was enough to send chills down one's spine. Swoosh! A pink light flashed. Qin Feng didn't even have time to counterattack. He could only keep changing his position to avoid the missiles. Ever since he had the flying sword, Qin Feng was invincible in the ancient martial arts world of Huaxia. He was as fast as lightning. Even if he couldn't defeat his enemies, he could still escape. But now, being chased by 3 missiles, Qin Feng was in a difficult situation. The missiles were faster than the flying sword and were about to catch up to Qin Feng. Master, Golden Fur Lion King requests to fight. Shimin Chui Shui requests to fight. Ouyang Feng requests to fight. The 4 heroes and 2 battle pets were anxious. They wanted to help, but they were heavily injured. Letting them out now would only be sending them to their deaths. Boom! One of the cannonballs had already exploded in front of Qin Feng, and the enormous force of impact caused a hole to appear in the air. Scorching flames shot everywhere. The temperature was so high that it could melt steel. Qin Feng's body swayed in the explosion like a small sail in the sea. After one missile exploded, the other 2 came like shadows. Just as they were about to hit Qin Feng, he fell from a height of 100 meters. He had lost control of his flying sword. Boom! There was another loud bang in the sky, but it wasn't the sound of a cannonball exploding. A silver light descended from the sky like a god descending to the mortal world. In the light, a figure flickered and appeared beside Qin Feng in an instant. Then, they disappeared into the distant valley. Bang bang bang. The tracking missiles couldn't turn in time and all exploded. The ground cracked, and the entire valley shook violently as if it was hit by a missile. Senior Dragon God, you're here. Above the valley, Qin Feng's long hair was disheveled. His blood demon armor was almost destroyed, and his body was covered in cracks. His blood had merged with the blood demon armor. He looked terrifying. The dragon god was dressed in a snow-white robe. His long hair fluttered in the wind. He was standing on a long white sword. The sword shone with a holy light. It was obviously a superior flying sword. Qin Feng, we seem to have fallen into a trap. The dragon god looked serious. What do you mean? Qin Feng's expression changed. Without waiting for the dragon god to speak, the sound of wind breaking could be heard continuously in the sky. Red laser bullets rained down densely and enveloped the sky above Qin Feng and the dragon god. Whoosh! With a flash of white light, the divine dragon didn't have time to say anything else. He brought Qin Feng along and leaped into the valley. This fellow also owns the system. The dragon god's expression turned serious. Qin Feng nodded, then looked at the flying sword beneath the divine dragon's feet and said, "You're not bad. You made a flying sword in such a short time. Why was Qin Feng still talking about this at a time like this?" The divine dragon rolled his eyes at him and said, "This heaven cloud wasn't easy to come by. There's no way to buy it directly from the system. It's an item that I only got after I racked my brains and completed many quests. You don't know this, but in order to complete those quests, I've already spent 300,000 peace points. I've spent all the peace points I earned from completing quests for more than a month on this. I even borrowed 100,000 peace points from the system. Now, I have 100 peace points in interest every day. I'm so worried." Qin Feng was amused to see the divine dragon, the pinnacle of martial artists in Huaxia's secular world, looking so worried because of peace points. The divine dragon didn't know that Qin Feng had just borrowed 1 million supreme points from the system, and the daily interest was 1,000 supreme points. Otherwise, the divine dragon would definitely be relieved. The 300,000 peace points spent by the divine dragon were not in vain, and his recent efforts were not in vain either. This heaven cloud flying sword was not much worse than Qin Feng's starry sky flying sword. It was covered in a holy white light like an angel's wings, and its speed was also extremely fast. Bang, 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 bang. However, the sound of cannonballs behind them never stopped. Huashao's white feather mecha seemed to have an endless supply of ammunition. The power of the red laser bullets could not be underestimated. The divine dragon was accidentally hit a few times while dodging, and he felt a sharp pain as if he had been punched twice by a true energy master. "Quickly think of something, we can't keep running like this," Divine Dragon quickly said to Qin Feng. Qin Feng had been thinking of a counterattack strategy, but Huashao's white feather mecha was too strong. It could attack and defend at the same time, so he could only use the Wind Cloud Mad Demon Cannon to attack Huashao. However, the opponent's tracking bullets were too fierce, and Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon didn't even have a chance to stop. 5 tracking missiles followed the two of them at all times, and the sky was densely covered with red laser missiles. This was simply an airtight attack combination. Even Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon, the two true Qi powerhouses, had no way of fighting back. Seeing that the tracking bullets were about to close in, Little Pig's voice sounded, "Master, you can condense Divine Dragon's true energy and release it into the Wind Cloud Mad Demon Cannon." Qin Fen was stunned. He had just obtained the Wind Cloud Mad Demon Cannon, and he hadn't completely played around with this S-grade star technology battle equipment. After Little Pig's reminder, Qin Fen moved his mind slightly, and a silver cannon that was half the height of a person appeared on his waist. Fuck! What the hell is this? The dragon god was shocked. He had yet to obtain a piece of high-tech battle armor. However, Divine Dragon still had lingering fears about high-tech battle equipment. When Qin Fen fought him at Mount God Dragon, he used a blue laser gun to defeat him. This is something good. It's even more powerful than the laser gun that shot you last time. Qin Fen looked at Divine Dragon with a smirk. Divine Dragon was so angry that he blew his beard and glared, "Stop talking nonsense and fire the cannon. Otherwise, we'll all be blown to pieces." The 5 tracking bullets were only a few dozen meters away from the two of them. This distance could be covered in the blink of an eye. Divine Dragon was already covered in a cold sweat. As a true energy master, this was the first time he had encountered such a troublesome opponent. Qin Fen stopped smiling and quickly said, "Senior Divine Dragon, transfer your true energy to me. I'll fire the cannon." Divine Dragon didn't understand the theory behind the Wind Cloud Mad Demon Cannon, so he was puzzled. Why did he have to transfer true energy to Qin Fen? However, at this critical moment, Divine Dragon didn't think too much. He slapped his palms on Qin Fen's back, and his true energy surged like waves. Fuck! Senior Divine Dragon, when did you break through to True Energy Stage 2? Qin Fen was shocked. Divine Dragon revealed a smug expression, "I broke through a week ago." Qin Fen, I'm afraid you can't beat me now. Qin Fen had been stuck at True Energy Stage 1 for a while. He planned to cultivate in seclusion after devouring the Supreme Mecha System. The 5 tracking bullets were less than 10 meters away. The surrounding temperature had risen by dozens of degrees. Qin Fen poured Divine Dragon's true energy and his own true energy into the Wind and Cloud Mad Demon Cannon and pulled the trigger twice. Boom! Rumble! The Wind and Cloud Mad Demon Cannon had 2 muzzles. When both muzzles were fired, the sky was filled with true energy cannonballs. This was the combination of 2 true energy masters' true energy. The cannonballs were twice the size of the previous ones. The berserk aura contained within them shocked Divine Dragon. The loud noise shook the valley. The wind and clouds in the sky changed. This scene was not seen in 100 years. It was like the end of the world. The 5 tracking bullets landed right in front of the two of them. However, they eventually collided with the true energy cannonballs and exploded. The violent airflow set off rolling white clouds in the sky. All the buildings within a radius of hundreds of meters were instantly destroyed. Dozens of mountains were blown apart, whoosh whoosh whoosh. 3 lights flashed in the air, 2 white and 1 pink. Qin Fen and Divine Dragon attacked from the left and right, chasing behind Huashao. Huashao's tracking bullets seemed to have run out. He only fired red laser cannonballs. However, these cannonballs couldn't compete with the true energy cannonballs fired by the Wind and Cloud Mad Demon Cannon. The situation changed drastically. It was Qin Fen's turn to bully Huashao. Bang 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 bang. True energy cannonballs, destructive fire, and extreme ice filled the sky. Huashao's white feather mecha was hit one after another. The indestructible snow-white mecha finally showed slight cracks. The cracks were constantly expanding, as if it couldn't withstand more attacks. A long sword appeared in Divine Dragon's hand. He raised his hand and sword chi enveloped it. The sword chi of True Energy Stage 2 couldn't be underestimated. It slashed on the white feather mecha and made a loud sound of metal hitting metal. Boom! Suddenly, there was an explosion. Huashao's mecha, which was flying high in the sky, exploded. The snow-white wings on his back fell to the ground. The mecha broke into pieces and flew all over the sky. It was faster than a bullet. Ah! Save me, save me! Without the white feather mecha, Huashao's whole body fell straight from the sky. This person really didn't practice ancient martial arts. He was just an ordinary person. However, this fact deeply shocked Qin Fen and Divine Dragon. An ordinary person with just a mecha could force a True Energy Stage powerhouse into a dead end. This was really too terrifying. Whoosh! The pink light flashed. In the next second, Qin Fen grabbed Huashao's collar and brought him to the ground like a chick. Divine Dragon followed, as if he had something to say to Qin Fen. However, when Qin Fen landed, he knocked Huashao out with a palm. He didn't give this guy any room to breathe and tried to devour his supreme mecha system. Little pig, how do I devour it? Qin Fen didn't waste any time. Master, the devouring system needs to kill the host. However, after obtaining the supreme mecha system, Master needs the system unsealing tool to unlock it for your own use. So Master needs to subdue the owner of the supreme mecha system first, then kill him and devour it. This way, there's no need for the unsealing tool. Little Pig said quickly. Qin Fen had subdued Snow and Divine Dragon systems before, so he was quite familiar with the process. However, Snow and Divine Dragon willingly submitted to Qin Fen, and this Huashao obviously wouldn't. However, he was knocked out and had never practiced ancient martial arts. This kind of ordinary person's will was very weak, so Qin Fen easily controlled his mind. The brainwashing process was very simple. Huashao quickly submitted to Qin Fen, and the supreme mecha system became the hedonist sovereign system subordinate. After doing this, Qin Fen casually slapped his palm. A white light flashed, and Huashao's head instantly fell to the ground. Chapter 12:22. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Fen for successfully repaying the 1 million hedonist points borrowed from the system and paying the interest of 1,000 hedonist points. The host has a total of 549,000 hedonist points. Qin Fen had gained many benefits after devouring the sovereign mecha system. He was originally in debt, but now he had earned 500,000 hedonist points. The Divine Dragon came to Qin Fen's side. He looked at the dead Huashao and said, "You devoured his mecha system?" "Yes." "Is there a problem?" Qin Fen asked. The Divine Dragon's expression was grave. He had something to say when he used the dimensional door to teleport over, but he was interrupted by Huashao. "I think we've fallen into a trap. You shouldn't have devoured the mecha system so early." The Divine Dragon frowned. Qin Fen was confused. "What did you find out?" "I met Ling Jiutian before I came. He arranged for you to annihilate the Golden Assassin crew. I think his ultimate goal is to lure out the owner of the sovereign mecha system." The Divine Dragon's words were vague, but Qin Fen's eyes lit up. He had his own speculation. The Golden Assassin crew was only average. They were not even a match for the Verdant sect. Ling Jiutian could annihilate an opponent of this level at any time. Why did he send Qin Fen? Qin Fen had his suspicions about this, but he did not think too much about it in order to find out his mother's whereabouts and the mystery of the system. Now, all the mysteries were beginning to surface. Was Ling Jiutian trying to kill him with a borrowed knife? Was he going to sit back and reap the benefits? Buzz buzz buzz. Just as Qin Fen and the divine dragon were deep in thought, a loud roar came from the sky in the distance. It was as if hundreds of helicopters were rushing over, causing the valley to shake. Oh no, we've been ambushed. The divine dragon looked up, and his expression changed drastically. In the distance, there was a dense swarm of mechas in the air, and they were quickly flying toward them. Qin Fen noticed the situation, but he quickly calmed down. This was because Little Pig did not indicate that there was a new owner of the system nearby. These mechas were probably ordinary people like the Firebird who had just put on a mecha. These should be Hua Xiao's subordinates. Hua Xiao is indeed powerful to have built so many mechas. Luckily, he's already been annihilated. If these subordinates had come earlier, we would be dead. Qin Fen explained the situation as he flew towards the sky on his flying sword. Since these mechas had caught up, Qin Fen did not plan to escape. He might as well start a massacre. Bang 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 bang. With a thought, a silver cannon as tall as half a man appeared on Qin Feng's waist. The two muzzles of the wind cloud wild demonic cannon aimed at the enemies in the air and fired. The destructive flames and extreme ice were strengthened by 10 times, instantly forming a strange scene of ice and fire. The densely packed mechas had no time to dodge, and in an instant, more than 10 mechas were engulfed by the flames. Shenlong also realized that these mechs were much weaker than the white feather mechs. He stepped on the clouds and waved the long sword in his hand in the air. The sword aura was as dense as a net and covered the sky. It only made a loud noise when it hit the mechs, but it did not break the mechs. These mechas sure are tough. I'm afraid that only those at the 4th level of true Qi would be able to pierce through them. As a Stage 2 true energy warrior, Dragon God was helpless against these mechas and was so angry that he cried out loudly. Qin Fen carried the wind cloud wild demonic cannon and destroyed 30 to 40 mechas in a matter of minutes. However, this super cannon had a fatal weakness. It completely relied on the true Qi in Qin Fen's body to attack, and true Qi was limited. Even if Qin Fen's true Qi was endless, it was somewhat lacking after continuous fierce battles. Master, why don't you try the power of the Black Dragon Mecha? This Black Dragon Mecha and the White Feather Mecha were created together, so its combat power is definitely not inferior to the White Feather Mecha. Little Pig suddenly said. After Qin Fen devoured the Sovereign Mecha system, he was rewarded with 1 million Hedonist points and a Black Dragon Mecha. Before, he did not know the power of the Black Dragon Mecha. Now that Little Pig said so, Qin Fen immediately put on the Black Dragon Mecha. Rumble. When the Black Dragon Mecha appeared, it was as if a dragon's roar came from the void. Just that roar alone was enough to shake the mountains and crack the earth. Shenlong stared at Qin Fen, dumbstruck. A set of black battle armor appeared on Qin Fen's body. It was so black that it seemed to devour the light of the world. On the back of the battle armor was a pair of demonic wings, and an aura of death circulated around his body. Flap flap flap. Qin Fen quickly got used to the Black Dragon Mecha. This super mecha was controlled with his mind. The demonic wings on his back suddenly flapped, and Qin Fen instantly rose 100 meters into the air. He raised his arms and fired black laser bullets. Bang 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 bang. Not long ago, Qin Fen had been suppressed by the White Feather Mecha. Now that he was using the Black Dragon Mecha to rampage around, he felt extremely good. The other mechas flying in the air couldn't withstand a single blow from the Black Dragon Mecha. They were like moths flying into a flame. A cannon opened up on the Black Dragon Mecha's abdomen. 3 black homing bullets streaked across the sky, instantly turning half the sky red. Shenlong stood on top of a valley. He realized that he didn't even need to do anything. Qin Fen, who was wearing the black dragon mecha, was invincible. He single-handedly destroyed over 100 mecha soldiers. Mecha fragments fell from the sky like rain. The originally flat grassland was full of holes and craters. It seemed like the battle had ended before it even started. Suddenly, a holy white light descended from the sky, and a voice came through. Ha! Qin Fen, I didn't misjudge you. You can even defeat the sovereign mecha system. How enviable! Loud noises came from all around. Qin Fen floated in the air and looked at the man opposite him. The person who came was wearing pink armor and had pink wings of light on his back. He had a delicate and dignified face, and it was impossible to tell his age. His figure was tall and straight, and his aura was as gentle as water. No one could tell what realm he was at right now. Seeing this person, Shenlong exclaimed, Ling Jiutian? Why are you here? The man was Ling Jiutian. His eyes slowly opened like twinkling stars. He glanced at Qin Fen and Shenlong and said, Ling Long, how dare you? I'm your master. How dare you call me by my name? Looks like you're tired of living, Ling Jiutian roared, causing the valley to shake violently. His aura, which was as calm as water, suddenly skyrocketed. The rolling true qi covered the sky and earth. Qin Fen could feel it even from 100 meters away. Qin Fen still couldn't figure out Ling Jiutian's strength. This person's level was too high. The rolling true qi was even stronger than golden fur lions. It was obvious that he was above stage 4. Not long ago, Qin Fen and Shenlong were still guessing Ling Jiutian's purpose. Now that this person had appeared, all their guesses had turned into reality. This guy was cunning. He knew that the Golden Assassin crew had joined forces with the owner of the sovereign mecha system, so he called Qin Fen to kill them. From now on, Ling Long, am no longer your disciple. Shenlong turned into a white light and appeared beside Qin Fen. Ling Jiutian glanced at the heaven cloud flying sword under Shenlong's feet. His eyes lit up. Looks like you've been bought by Qin Fen. I noticed that you suddenly had a system last time. Did Qin Fen give it to you? Ling Jiutian was a little shocked. Who wouldn't want something as powerful as a system? He didn't expect Qin Fen to give him a system in order to rope in Shenlong. Ling Jiutian couldn't do such a thing. Qin Fen didn't just want to rope in Shenlong. He treated Shenlong as one of his own. That was why he gave Shenlong a peaceful system. Ling Jiutian would probably never experience this kind of friendship because he didn't trust anyone. Cut the crap. Now that I've destroyed the Golden Assassin crew, tell me the whereabouts of my mother and the mystery of the system. Qin Fen's expression was cold. Although he knew that Ling Jiutian would play tricks, Qin Fen still had a glimmer of hope. Ling Jiutian suddenly laughed wildly. Ha! Are you really that naive? I'm just using you. This super mecha of yours is not bad. Looks like you've already devoured that mecha system. Now, let me devour both of your systems. My strength will increase exponentially. Ling Jiutian no longer needed to hide. He had completely revealed his fox's tail. Shenlong understood many things in an instant. Over the past 20 years, Ling Jiutian had asked him to investigate many people, and those people were all owners of systems. Ling Jiutian would first nurture these people and let them develop their own systems. When the time was right, Ling Jiutian would devour their systems. This person's plot was really big. He treated system owners as chess pieces. Both Qin Fen and Shenlong were shocked. Whoosh! As soon as he finished speaking, Ling Jiutian suddenly struck out with his palm. A white sword aura struck at a dazzling speed. Before Shenlong could react, it fell from the sky and created a huge crater. Qin Fen was furious. Ling Jiutian struck out a second time. The sword aura was even stronger. Just as Qin Fen felt death looming over him, he fell beside Shenlong in the next moment. Boom! After the two fell to the ground, loud noises continued. Dust flew everywhere, and the ground cracked. Shenlong and Qin Fen were Stage 2 and Stage 1 true Qi powerhouses respectively. Yet, they couldn't even withstand a casual strike from Ling Jiutian. This person's strength completely shocked the two of them. You go first. I'll hold him off. Shenlong's white robe was covered in dust, and his long hair was scattered. He forced himself to pull out his sword and flew towards Ling Jiutian. Qin Fen wanted to stop Shenlong, but it was too late. He saw Shenlong's white shadow suddenly freeze in the air. After being hit by Ling Jiutian's palm, he fell to the ground again. This was Qin Fen's second time fighting with Ling Jiutian. He realized that Ling Jiutian was holding back during the battle at Mount God Dragon. Now, Ling Jiutian's killing intent was more than twice as strong. It made Qin Fen feel a sense of despair. Shenlong lay in the ruins. Ling Jiutian turned into a white shadow and appeared above Qin Fen. He was obviously more interested in Qin Fen's system. Master, Golden Fur Lion King requests to fight. Chapter 12:23. Ling Jiutian had already raised his hand and slammed it down from the sky. The dragon god, who was 100 meters deep in the pit, turned pale. Qin Fen's mind was filled with the screams of his heroes and battle pets. Qin Fen felt a strong aura of death. This was the first time he had met such a strong opponent like Ling Jiutian. In the past, Qin Fen could at least deal with high-level powerhouses, but in the hands of Ling Jiutian, he seemed to be powerless. Boom! There were 5 explosions in the void. Qin Fen activated the 5 Kings Ghost Head Golden Talisman. 5 kings of the Verdant Sect, Hua Qing, attacked Ling Jiutian while the demon wings on Qin Fen's back flapped rapidly. In the blink of an eye, he was hundreds of meters high in the sky. Bang! Ling Jiutian's palm landed on the ground. It seemed to be a simple move, but it created a huge crater in the ground. The 5 kings had just arrived in front of Ling Jiutian when he waved his hand disdainfully and the 5 clouds of black mist dissipated. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Fen for killing 400 people and leveling up the People's Killing Book to level 6. The system suddenly chimed in. With the help of the level 6 People's Killing Book, Qin Fen's abilities had quadrupled. Qin Fen was shocked. He had forgotten about the killer book. When he was fighting Hua Xiao's white feather mecha, Qin Fen had been using the Wind Cloud Mad Demon Cannon. He hadn't used much martial arts, and only now did he realize that his strength had temporarily increased. Whoosh! A pinkish-black light flashed by at an astonishing speed. Qin Fen was wearing the Black Dragon mecha. He stepped on the cosmic flying sword and held the Moonlight Sword in his hand. He was going to fight Ling Jiutian with the help of the mecha and his realm. The moon's sorrow came down from the sky. The sky changed. The scorching sun was suddenly covered by dark clouds. The sun seemed to have turned into the color of the moon. Qin Fen swung his sword, drawing on the power of the god of moon. It was as if he was going to overturn the sea and split the void in half. Ling Jiutian did not dodge, but his star-like eyes suddenly narrowed. He quickly waved his hand, and a golden broadsword appeared in his hand. The broadsword was more than 3 meters long. The golden blade was engraved with the image of a rock spreading its wings. The moment the long saber appeared, it was as if the heavens were falling and the earth was splitting. The saber fell and split the earth. The pure clear shadow sword chi and the golden saber chi collided in the air, causing a violent explosion. Qin Fen immediately retreated hundreds of meters away, not daring to get close to the violent air current. Ling Jiutian leaped lightly and landed on top of a valley. He looked at the rolling thunder that filled the sky with an indifferent expression. Qin Fen, what saber did Ling Jiutian use? The dragon god temporarily stabilized his injuries and landed beside Qin Fen. Qin Fen stared at the long saber in Ling Jiutian's hand. The saber shone with a golden light and surged with spirit qi. It was exactly the same as Golden Fur Lion King's dragon saber. It should be a great sage gold equipment. Qin Feng's eyes gleamed with excitement. The divine dragon exclaimed, "The great sage gold equipment. That's a legendary artifact from ancient times. I didn't expect it to appear in this era." Huaxia ancient martial arts practitioners were very meticulous in their categorization of spiritual weapons, from white, orange, blue, purple, to pink. Rare pink equipment was already considered a rare and powerful treasure among martial artists. For example, the galaxy flying sword under Qin Fen's feet and the heaven cloud flying sword that the divine dragon had recently obtained were all rare pink equipment. To most of the Chinese martial artists, the spiritual weapons that they knew of stopped at the rare pink equipment, which was the most powerful supreme divine weapon. However, they did not know that there were many real divine weapons in ancient times. Above the rare pink equipment, there was the great sage gold equipment, the scarlet devil equipment, and the destructive dark equipment. With the great sage gold equipment, Golden Fur Lion King was undefeatable among stage 4 true Qi cultivators. This showed how powerful the great sage gold equipment was. Now that Ling Jiutian had the Golden Rock Slayer, his strength was even more ferocious and invincible. Hee hee. At least you guys have some knowledge. I obtained this Golden Rock Slayer after completing many missions. I haven't killed anyone since I got it. Today, I'll use your blood to bless it. Ling Jiutian sneered, and his figure suddenly disappeared. But after a few breaths, Qin Fen and the mystical dragon felt a murderous aura coming from behind them. Before the two of them could react, the valley under their feet exploded, and the two of them fell from the top of the mountain hundreds of meters high. Boom! The golden blade aura slashed horizontally and sent the divine dragon flying. Ling Jiutian followed up with another slash at Qin Fen. The blade aura cut the air in half. Qin Fen hurriedly waved his sword, and the violent blade aura surged forward, giving Qin Fen a fright. The explosion was so loud that the valley was on the verge of collapsing. Qin Fen, who had leveled up the killer book to level 6, had his strength increased several times. Even he did not know what level his strength was at now. The divine dragon fell into the ruins and saw the battle between Qin Fen and Ling Jiutian. He was immediately shocked by Qin Fen's strength. This guy really hit his strength well. After the second exchange, Ling Jiutian was unscathed. Qin Fen was sent flying by the explosion, but he was only slightly injured. Ling Jiutian stood on top of the valley, his black eyes flickering. Your strength is a little strange. You are clearly only at stage 1, but you can unleash the strength of a stage 4 elite. Looks like the system has given you a technique that allows you to increase your strength by leaps and bounds. I happen to be lacking such a technique. Ling Jiutian quickly became proud. In his eyes, Qin Fen and the divine dragon were dead. The stronger they were, the more treasures they had, the happier Ling Jiutian was. The effect of the killer book could only last for a short period of time unless he kept killing people. But there were only 3 people left in the entire base. How could it be easy for Qin Fen to kill Ling Jiutian? Qin Fen could not even think of a way to kill Ling Jiutian. After a short pause, Ling Jiutian took the initiative to attack again. His speed was several times faster than the divine dragon and Qin Fen. Every time he moved, he would disappear into thin air and appear next to them in a moment. A dazzling white light appeared on top of Qin Fen's head, followed by a golden blade aura. Without hesitation, Qin Fen raised both of the black dragon mech's arms and madly fired black laser bullets. At the same time, its abdomen opened, and the tracking cannon fired 5 times in a row. Boom! The blade aura struck Qin Fen, and he was sent flying like a kite with a broken string. He heard the black dragon mech emitting a faint crisp sound, as if it was about to break. Ling Zhoutian did not dodge the dense rain of black laser bullets. He allowed the bullets to land on his body without feeling anything. As for the 5 tracking cannons, Ling Zhoutian merely swung his blade in the air, and a cloud of white mist instantly exploded in the air. The ground was in ruins, and Qin Fen was lying in the ruins. This slash made the blood in his body boil, and he felt like he was going to vomit all of his internal organs out. The divine dragon could no longer stand after being hit twice, and Qin Fen was also seriously injured. These 2 true energy realm elites were incomparably dazzling in the secular world, standing at the peak of the secular world, but they could not last more than 10 minutes in front of Ling Zhoutian. His mind exploded with shouts from Little Pig and Hero. Qin Fen took out a handful of medicinal pills and stuffed them into his mouth, temporarily suppressing the tumbling chaotic qi in his body. Boom! A loud explosion erupted on Qin Fen's body. His black dragon mech rippled with a holy radiance, forming a stark contrast with the dark mech that seemed to be able to absorb all light. 2 halos of light appeared, one black and one white. After activating the Halo of Justice, Qin Fen put on the Blood Demon armor and activated the pure spirit blood of the Super Demon Beast in the armor. Qin Fen's eyes turned blood red, and another loud explosion sounded in his body, activating the Berserk Demon core in his body. In the blink of an eye, Qin Fen unleashed all of his trump cards. With the addition of the 6 levels of the Killer Book, which he didn't have much time left, Qin Fen slowly stood up from the rubble. He was like an ancient beast that stood up, shaking the heavens and the earth. Swoosh! White light flashed in the void. Ling Zhoutian did not give Qin Fen any chance to catch his breath. In a few breaths, he was above Qin Fen's head, and the golden rock slash in his hand slashed down. 100-meter-long golden blade aura condensed into a solid form, turning into a golden rock that spread its wings and descended. Qin Fen waved his hand, and a dazzling purple battle bow fell into his hand. The heavenly eagle bow was drawn, and several purple heavenly eagles soared into the sky. These heavenly eagles were huge, each more than a meter long, but they were incomparably small in front of the 10-meter-long golden rock. They crashed into the golden rock's blade aura like a few waves stirred up in the sea, and then disappeared. Buzz buzz buzz. Qin Fen's hand speed was extremely fast, and in the blink of an eye, he had pulled out hundreds of heavenly eagles. These battle eagles cried angrily and crashed into the golden rock like moths to a flame, but they could not break the golden rock's blade aura. Instead, the golden rock's light dimmed a little. Swoosh! Seeing the blade aura land, Qin Fen flapped his demonic wings at the same time and quickly disappeared from where he stood. The ruins exploded again, and a black hole appeared in the ground. Qin Fen's figure was already hovering in the sky, and his hand fell down. A bright moonlight exploded in the void, and the momentum of the sword aura seemed to be able to break a 100-meter-tall waterfall. Kid, you sure have a lot of treasures on you. This is a little more interesting. Ling Zhoutian's eyes lit up. He did not expect Qin Fen to actually dodge his attack. In the face of the surging sword aura, Ling Zhoutian looked indifferent as he swung his blade again. The sky was blasted, and the rocks in the valley fell. The dragon god who was originally lying in the deep pit was buried, and he could no longer be found. There was no living creature within a 100-mile radius, and some of the beasts and birds fled in fear. Qin Fen, who had used all his trump cards, became even more powerful. Although he did not know what level he had reached, he was confident that he could fight Golden Fur Lion King. Ling Zhoutian, quickly tell me where my mother is. Qin Fen, who had been dodging and escaping, had a ferocious look on his face as he took the initiative to face Ling Zhoutian with his long sword. The sword hummed, and the sky was filled with sword aura. Chapter 12:24. Don't talk nonsense, I'm going to kill you. Qin Fen was instantly enraged. The long sword in his hand danced wildly in the air, and 100-meter-long sword aura condensed and fell from the sky towards Ling Jutian. Facing Qin Fen's ferocious attack, Ling Jutian's eyes flashed with a sneer. He thought that Qin Fen would resist, but he suddenly turned into a white shadow and disappeared. When he reappeared, he was already behind Qin Fen. A battle between masters requires a calm mind and no distractions. You can be considered a martial arts genius to be able to step into the first stage of vital energy at such a young age, but your state of mind is not deep enough. Train your mind well in your next life. Ling Jutian's laughter sounded behind Qin Fen. Before Qin Fen could turn around, a violent aura came, and Qin Fen fell to the ground like a meteor. Swoosh! But in the next second, Ling Jutian followed like a shadow. The strength that Qin Fen had displayed after using all his trump cards made Ling Jutian a little serious. He would not be careless and had to finish Qin Fen off to prevent any accidents from happening. The golden long sword hung in the air, and if it fell, it would take Qin Fen's life. Qin Fen lay in the giant pit with disheveled hair. He did not even have the strength to stand up, but his eyes were indifferent, without the fear of death. Ling Jutian, since I am about to die, there is something I don't understand. Are you the owner of the system? Qin Fen's voice was weak. Ling Jutian seemed to be very interested in this question. He temporarily put away the golden rock slash and laughed. Your question is nonsense. Of course I am the owner of the system, but your system can't detect my existence, right? Ling Jutian smiled playfully and said what was on Qin Fen's mind. Qin Fen also knew that Ling Jutian must be the owner of the system, but what puzzled Qin Fen was that when Ling Jutian appeared, Pig Xiu did not indicate the existence of the owner of the system. When Shuai and Huashao appeared, Pig Xiu gave a hint. Later, when the dragon god obtained the peaceful system, Qin Fen could also sense the existence of his system. Only Ling Jutian did not respond, which was really strange. Since you are about to die, let me tell you. This world does not only have the sovereign system. I have the king system, which belongs to the sovereign system. Not only can you not detect the existence of my system, but I also can't detect the existence of your sovereign system. The divine dragon's words shocked Qin Fen, but he was also a little confused. Since Ling Jutian could not detect the existence of the sovereign system, how did he know that he and the dragon god had systems? Just as Qin Fen was thinking, a thick murderous aura enveloped the air. Ling Jutian swung the golden rock slash again, ready to end Qin Fen's life. What is your purpose in establishing the martial artist alliance? Qin Fen roared. As Ling Jutian swung his blade, his emotionless voice rang out. Control all system owners, devour their systems, strengthen my realm, and dominate Earth. Rumble. Just as he finished speaking, the ground suddenly exploded. The area where Qin Fen was seemed to have collapsed. The airflow in the air changed drastically, and cracks spread on the ground. This was Ling Jutian's true strength. Even the Golden Fur Lion King would not be able to withstand this attack. However, as the long saber slashed down, Ling Jutian's expression changed drastically. He realized that Qin Fen had escaped. Who is it? How dare you poke your nose into my business? Hurry up and come out to die. Ling Jutian's face was as cold as frost, and his roar shook the valley chair. A black shadow flickered away and was already standing on top of a mountain hundreds of meters away. Qin Fen was sitting at the feet of the man in black, trying to suppress the chaotic energy in his body. However, the system's notifications kept ringing in Qin Fen's mind. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Fen for completing the SSS Rank Martial Artist Alliance Chain Mission. You have successfully found the leader of the Martial Artist Alliance, Ling Jiutian, and found out the purpose of the Martial Artist Alliance. The system rewards host Qin Fen 1 million Hedonist points, a pair of golden whirlwind wheels, and a golden phoenix. Host Qin Fen's total Hedonist points, 1,549,000. Before Qin Fen died, he remembered the main mission of the Martial Artist Alliance and asked Ling Jiutian about the purpose of establishing the Martial Artist Alliance base. Ling Jiutian would never say such things under normal circumstances, but he did when he thought that Qin Fen was dead for sure. However, Ling Jiutian would never have thought that this was the SSS rank mission that Qin Fen had delayed for a long time. The rewards of the mission were so generous that Qin Fen felt it was surreal. With a thought, a pair of golden firestorm wheels appeared out of thin air. The fire wheels were as big as the steering wheel of a car. They were spinning in the air, and the flames on the golden wheels were burning. That was the true fire formed by the raging flames of true qi. Qin Fen quickly discovered that the size of this pair of wind flame wheels depended entirely on Qin Fen's will. After looking at the golden whirlwind wheels, a long saber suddenly appeared in Qin Fen's hand. The long saber was golden in color, and it shone dazzlingly under the sun. It was shaped like the wings of a phoenix. Qin Fen was shocked by the two spiritual equipment because they were both great sage gold equipment. In the previous battle, Qin Fen was envious of Ling Jiutian for obtaining a great sage gold equipment. Now, Qin Fen had two great sage gold equipment. A white light flashed in the sky, and Ling Jiutian arrived on his flying sword. Qin Fen finally collected his thoughts and looked at the man in black next to him in surprise. Senior Codename Y, why are you here? The man in black who suddenly appeared and saved Qin Fen's life was Codename Y. He looked at Ling Jiutian in the sky with a serious expression and said, I've been sending people to protect you in secret. When I found out that Ling Jiutian asked you to come to South Africa to destroy the Golden Assassin crew, I realized that something was amiss, so I came here personally. Now is not the time to talk. Let's join forces and see if we can destroy Ling Jiutian. Codename Y spoke faster and faster, and in the end, he spoke more than 10 words per second. As soon as he finished speaking, he suddenly leaped into the air, holding a slender pink sword in his hand, and slashed down, bringing with it a dazzling ray of light. Boom! A loud sound exploded high in the sky. Ling Jiutian roared, He-Chin. It's you. Codename Y's real name was He-Chin. He was originally the chief protector of the Martial Art Alliance, but he later betrayed the organization and escaped after discovering Ling Jiutian's secret. In just the blink of an eye, He-Chin and Ling Jiutian had already exchanged hundreds of blows. Sword chi and saber shadows filled the sky, and the surrounding valleys collapsed one after another, as if there was a strong earthquake. After the exchange, Ling Jiutian hovered in the air on his flying sword, while He-Chin retreated to Qin Fen's side. Qin Fen was immersed in He-Chin's powerful skills. This person actually dared to clash head-on with Ling Jiutian. But at this moment, He-Chin clutched his chest and vomited blood. Obviously, he had suffered serious internal injuries. Qin Fen, hurry up and leave. You already know Ling Jiutian's plan. The great cause of stopping his crazy actions in the future depends on you. He pushed Qin Fen, and a majestic wave of true qi hit Qin Fen, sending him flying hundreds of meters away. A series of loud noises came from He-Chen's body, as if something had exploded. Qin Fen watched with a solemn expression. He knew that Codename Y was going all out, wanting to exchange his life for Ling Jiutian's. Senior He. Qin Fen's eyes were bloodshot as he rushed over on his golden whirlwind wheel. Halfway there, he heard He-Chen's angry roar. Hurry up and leave, or we will all die here. Where there's life, there's hope. Remember to avenge me. He Xian turned into a black shadow and rushed toward Ling Jiutian in the void. His body was surging with true qi, as if there were more than a dozen mist bombs hidden in his body. Ling Jiutian's expression changed. Obviously, he did not expect He Kuai to go all out. This was a stage 4 true qi expert, and he had just destroyed the realm that he had cultivated for decades. Ling Jiutian did not dare to go all out against a stage 4 expert, so he quickly retreated on his flying sword. He Kuai chased closely, his speed and strength exploding in an instant, almost matching Ling Jiutian's speed. The sky was filled with true qi, increasing the density of the spirit qi in this area by several levels. Qin Fen was stunned for a moment on his golden whirlwind wheel, then he suddenly turned and flew toward the ground. Senior Dragon God, are you alright? Qin Fen held the golden phoenix in his hand, and with a slash of his saber, the mountains collapsed and the earth cracked. Golden light condensed, and in an instant, the rubble covering the Dragon God was blown away, revealing the Dragon God at the bottom of the deep pit. Qin Fen grabbed him and brought him to the ground. At this time, the Dragon God's hair was disheveled, and he was on the verge of death. His snow-white robe was torn to pieces, and his body was covered in wounds. Qin Fen, are we dead? The divine dragon narrowed his eyes and spoke weakly. He looked at the firestorm wheels under Qin Fen's feet and the golden phoenix saber on his shoulder with a confused expression. We are not dead. I will take you away. Qin Fen looked back at the sky in the distance. True qi was everywhere, and He Kuai and Ling Jiutian's figures could no longer be seen. Qin Fen's eyes were a little wet. He knew that it was too late. He Kuai had detonated his true qi, and even if he saved him, he would still die. Moreover, Ling Jiutian was extremely powerful. Qin Fen did not think that he could defeat him with the golden whirlwind wheel and the golden phoenix. Moreover, if he did not leave now, the Dragon God would die here. Qin Fen, leave quickly. You have a heavy responsibility. You must stop Ling Jiutian and avenge me. Rumble. Rumble. He Kuai's voice was like thunder, and a loud explosion sounded at the same time. Half of the sky seemed to have been blasted open. True qi tumbled like clouds, and He Kuai had already exploded. A stage 4 true qi expert had fallen just like that. Qin Fen looked at the sky in the distance again, and disappeared into the valley with the Dragon God. His eyes were wet, and he suddenly remembered that he had only met He Kuai 4 times, and they had not spoken much. However, He Kuai's appearance was deeply engraved in Qin Fen's heart. All his thoughts and memories seemed to have returned to more than a year ago, when he first met Code Number Y in Acropolis City's prison. At that time, Qin Fen had just obtained the Hedonist sovereign system and was still the top Hedonist young master of Acropolis City. At that time, he only knew Code Number Y, and did not know He Kuai's name. Chapter 1225. Acropolis City, Hero City. Ever since the establishment of Hero City, it had been developing rapidly. Although it had been attacked several times, it was still very powerful and had become the #1 force in China's secular world. There were many experts in Hero City, and entry and exit were strict. It had developed into a small city. Su Qin Pharmaceutical Group's production base, St. Medic Hall, and God Weapon Pavilion's base were hidden here. Whether it was an ordinary person or a Chinese martial artist, they all wanted to become a permanent resident of Hero City. They wanted to be protected by Hero City and enjoy the benefits of Hero City. However, when Hero City was first established, Qin Fen estimated the number of people in the city to be 50,000. Now that the city was stable and developed, even if Qin Fen was not there, his women and friends still strictly followed Qin Fen's instructions. There were only 50,000 citizens in Hero City, and they could not afford to add even one more. Even if the rich merchants and tycoons from all over the country said that they wanted to invest billions of dollars in the construction of Hero City as a stepping stone, or if the Chinese martial artists brought out all sorts of spiritual weapons and medicinal pills to enter the city through their connections, they were all blocked outside the door. Hero City did not lack these things. It had only been developed for less than a year, but it had already become another independent and powerful organization in China. Its momentum had long surpassed the Dragon Sect, and it seemed to be on par with the Martial Art Alliance. There were more than 10 long queues outside Hero City. At a glance, there were at least 1,000 people. This kind of scene happened every day. The people queuing up were all people waiting to be approved to enter Hero City. No way. I haven't paid attention to Hero City for more than a month, and it has developed to this extent. 2 men in white stood in the crowd. Unlike the others, they looked indifferent and were not in a hurry to enter Hero City. I don't know. I've been on a mission in South Africa, and I'm not in China at all. What are you doing as the peace ambassador of China? Your sister is in Hero City. Why don't you show some concern? The 2 of them were Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon. The Divine Dragon looked gloomy and complained, "Since when did I become the peace ambassador of China? I'm at the pinnacle of the ancient martial arts in China's secular world." Qin Fen glanced at the Divine Dragon. "You? I can kill you with one slash now." If anyone else dared to boast like this in front of the mystical dragon, the mystical dragon would definitely slap them to death. However, this person was Qin Feng, so the mystical dragon could only shut up. Ever since the battle of life and death with Ling Jiutian, mystical dragon had truly experienced Qin Feng's strength. Even though this guy was only at stage 1 true Qi, when he got angry, his strength was comparable to that of a stage 4 true Qi powerhouse. After the 2 of them escaped from South Africa, they went to Hong Kong first. Qin Feng found Liya and found out that the Firebird had been successfully delivered to the high-ranking police officer of Hong Kong. After meeting Ao Wuchang and Ao Shaowan in Hong Kong, Qin Feng and the Divine Dragon rushed back to the provincial capital. However, the 2 of them did not stay in Kyoto City for long. After the battle with Ling Jiutian, both sides had completely fallen out. Moreover, Qin Fen and the Dragon God had learned of Ling Jiutian's secret. Now, Ling Jiutian would definitely mobilize the internal experts of the Martial Art Alliance to kill Qin Fen and the Dragon God. Kyoto City was the main base of the Martial Art Alliance, so it would definitely be very dangerous there. After twisting and turning for a while, the 2 of them stood in front of Hero City's gate. "Hey! Both of you, go to the back. I'm taking this spot. Here's your tip. Get lost." Qin Fen and the Dragon God had narrowly escaped death in South Africa. While they were looking up at the majestic buildings of Hero City, their hearts were filled with emotions. Suddenly, an arrogant shout came from behind them. There were tens of thousands of people who wanted to enter Hero City every day to purchase goods. However, Hero City had a daily limit of 3,000 visitors. This resulted in the gate being overcrowded every day. It was as crazy as the rush for tickets during the Spring Festival. Because of this situation, there were many cases of people jumping the queue. Almost every day, there were people quarreling and even fighting because of the queue jumping. The Dragon God and Qin Fen turned to the side and saw a luxurious young master with a beautiful woman in a cheongsam in his arms. He was staring at the 2 of them with contempt. "What are you looking at? Do you think the money is too little? I'll give you another 1,000. Get lost now. Don't be so shameless." After the young master reprimanded the 2 of them, he pinched the cheongsam beauty's butt and said proudly, "Little darling, have you seen my prestige? In this Acropolis city, who the fuck dares to offend me? Isn't it just to enter Hero City? We can't get in the queue, so I'll throw money and chase away the people in front of us." The Cheongsam beauty giggled and purposely rubbed her chest against the young master's arm. Young Master Chiao is so domineering and mighty. I love you so much. The two of them were so intimate that Qin Fen and the dragon god were disgusted. They looked at each other with bitter smiles hidden in their eyes. One of them was the dragon god, and the other was the new top of China. Even Hero City was built by Qin Fen. Now, there was an idiot who wanted to throw money at Qin Fen and the dragon god to get lost. This was the biggest joke in the world. Feng what do you think we should do? This is your territory. The dragon god smiled at Qin Fen. Senior dragon god, I'm the top of China now. You're my subordinate. You have to help me. Qin Fen glanced at young Master Chiao indifferently. He was too lazy to fight with this kind of person. The dragon god was instantly unhappy. You want me to be your subordinate? Stop dreaming. You're my brother-in-law. You have to call me brother. Otherwise, I won't let Shui be with you. The dragon god used his sister to threaten Qin Fen. Qin Fen was furious too. You're already so old. How can you be so shameless? Qin Fen and the dragon god had no time to care about young Master Chiao. They were bickering fiercely. Young Master Chiao felt like he was being ignored. He was so angry that he started cursing. Oh my God! Where did these two lunatics come from? How dare they give themselves titles? What dragon god in the top of China? Are you guys crazy? Get lost. Don't pass your mental illness on to me. Young Master Chiao, ignore those two idiots. You're embarrassing yourself. The Cheongsam beauty in young Master Chiao's arms quickly chimed in. Then, she looked at Qin Fen and the dragon god with pity as if they were going to be in trouble. Qin Fen and the dragon god stopped bickering and looked at young Master Chiao indifferently. You want to enter Hero City? Qin Fen asked. Young Master Chiao was stunned. Then, he yelled arrogantly, of course I'm here to enter Hero City. But it's none of your business, you don't have to line up. Hero City won't open to you anymore. Also, are you from the Chiao family of Acropolis City? It seems like the Chiao family is going to fall. Qin Fen's voice was calm as if he was talking about something unimportant. Young Master Chiao was stunned. He was almost blinded by Qin Fen. Fuck you. Who do you think you are? Do you think I won't enter Hero City just because you said so? Do you think you're the governor of Hero City? Also, the Chiao family is one of the 5 small families in Acropolis City. How dare you insult the dignity of the Chiao family? Believe it or not, I'll find someone to kill you with a phone call. Young Master Chiao's mouth was full of vulgarities and arrogance. The dragon god couldn't help but sneer. The shouting was so loud that it attracted the attention of the crowd. When they saw young Master Chiao, a commotion broke out. Fuck! That's Chiao Axayan, the eldest son of the Chiao family's current patriarch. Recently, the Chiao family has been developing well in Acropolis City. Chiao Axayan's status has risen along with the tide. Don't even mention how arrogant he is. That bastard cut the line a few days ago. I didn't expect him to be so shameless today. Sigh. We can't afford to offend this kind of rich young master. We should stay away from him. Those 2 men are unlucky to have clashed with Chiao Axayan. They can only wait to be taught a lesson. Why do I feel that the younger of the 2 men looks familiar? Where have I seen him before? The crowd was in an uproar. Everyone looked at Chiao Axayan with fear. When Chiao Axayan heard the discussion, he looked pleased. He held his head high and chest out like a victorious rooster. Brat, did you hear what everyone said? Now that you know who I am, hurry up and kowtow, admit your mistake, and scram. Before Chao Axian could finish his sentence, Qin Fen casually raised his hand. This simple movement sent Chao Axian flying out of the line. A loud thud came from dozens of meters away. Chao Axian fell so hard that his bones almost fell apart. He was rolling on the ground in pain. The noisy crowd suddenly quieted down. Hundreds of pairs of eyes stared at Qin Fen in disbelief. Wasn't this person a little too powerful? He sent someone dozens of meters away with one slap. Young Master Chao's lover was still in a daze. She looked at Qin Fen, then at young Master Chao, who was dozens of meters away. She couldn't accept the fact. You bastard, you're finished. I'm going to call someone to kill you." The silence that lasted for more than half a minute was broken. Chao Axian endured the pain and got up. He took out his phone and was about to call someone. Every day, there were people fighting outside Hero City because of the queue. Everyone was used to it. However, this time, it was young Master Chao who was beaten up. The crowd looked at Qin Fen and the Dragon God with pity. It was as if they were looking at dead people. What's going on? Who's causing trouble outside Hero City? At this moment, the sound of hurried footsteps and an angry roar came. The crowd was so scared that they took a few steps back. Lu Jia, who was as tall and sturdy as a mountain, strode over with a few lackeys from the phone group behind him. Everyone trembled in fear when they saw Lu Jia. They didn't even dare to look him in the eye. However, those who often queued up in Hero City knew Lu Jia. He was the security captain of Hero City. It was said that he had a high status in Hero City. "Brother Jia, it's me, little Axian." Chao Axian ran up to Lu Jia immediately and put on a fawning smile. Lu Jia didn't know Chao Axian at all. He frowned and said, "Which little Axian?" "Crayon little Axian." Chao Axian and the crowd rolled their eyes. They began to doubt Lu Jia's intelligence. Chao Axian changed his arrogance and nodded and bowed in front of Lu Jia like a lackey. Hee. Brother Jia likes to call me Crayon Shinchan, so this little brother is Crayon Shinchan. That's right, Brother Jia, I was just queuing up, but those two bastards cut the queue and beat me up. Brother Jia, you must take care of this little brother. Chao Axian inverted right and wrong. He pointed the spearhead at Qin Fen and the Dragon God. Lu Jia looked at the crowd, and his pupils shrank. He immediately pounced on them. For the fastest and error-free reading, please bookmark this site for the latest reading. Chapter 1226. Remembering in 1 second, Pen Sexual Interest Pavilion. This is a wonderful free reading without a pop-up window. Lu Jia's actions shocked everyone. They thought he was going to beat up Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon. But in the next second, their jaws and eyeballs dropped to the ground. Oh my God! Boss, when did you come back? Who was this? I've never seen it before. As usual, Lu Jia was about to shake hands with the mystical dragon when he heard Qin Fen's calm voice. Just pretend you didn't see him. He's the mystical dragon from Mount Mystical Dragon. Lu Jia felt as if he had been electrocuted. He was so shocked that he immediately retracted his hand. The person in front of him was the dragon god who had dominated China for more than 20 years. He looked a little too young. Lu Jia had transformed from a fiendish fiend into an amusing young man. Everyone was shocked, speechless. Chao Axian suddenly woke up. He felt that something was not quite right, so he quickly trotted to Lu Jia's side and said with a smile, "Hee, Brother Jia, do you know them? Then let's forget about it. This younger brother has to give face to Brother Jia." As soon as Lu Jia saw Qin Fen, he was so excited that he almost forgot about that idiot Chao Axian. Now, this clown had jumped out of nowhere. As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Jie slapped him. Damn you! Do you know who these two are? Forget it just because you said so. Who do you think you are? Kneel down and apologize to Governor Qin Feng and Senior Dragon God. Xiao Axian was slapped to the ground, trembling in fear. Cries of surprise came from the crowd, and everyone looked at Qin Feng again. Was this person the city lord of Hero City? Holy shit! It really is young Master Qin. Didn't I say he looked familiar? This is China's Azure Dragon, the city lord of Hero City, young Master Qin. Someone called out Qin Feng's name. Everyone's legs trembled in fear. Qin Feng was now the most prestigious young master sovereign in China. His story was like a legend as he walked from Acropolis City to the peak of China. There were quite a number of martial artists in the crowd who wanted to enter Hero City to look for elixirs and spirit weapons. They did not pay much attention to it earlier, but when they heard Lu Jie shout Senior Dragon God's name, their faces instantly turned pale. Senior Dragon God. Wasn't that the pinnacle of martial arts from Huaxia's divine Dragon Mountain, the legend of the only true Qi realm in the secular world? Whether it was Qin Feng or the Dragon God, they were like gods in the secular world of Huaxia. Now that the two of them were standing together outside Hero City, one could imagine the shock they brought. Xiao Axian was completely dumbstruck. He finally realized what kind of powerful figure he had offended. He thought back to when Qin Feng told him that he was going to make the Qiao family fall. Xiao Axian had treated it as a joke, but now he realized that he was the joke. The little lover in the Cheongsam was dumbfounded. Ever since she had followed Xiao Axian, she had always been tyrannical in Acropolis City. She had never seen anyone who dared to act ruthlessly in front of Xiao Axian. The woman had no idea who the city lord of Hero City was, and she had never heard of the pinnacle of martial arts. She quickly ran to Xiao Axian's side and angrily glared at Lu Jie. She yelled, "Fatty, how dare you hit my darling? Do you know who he is? The Qiao family." Xiao Axian was thinking about how to apologize when he heard his lover's arrogant words and almost fainted. Before the woman could finish speaking, Xiao Axian slapped her. "You idiot, hurry up and shut your mouth. Scram now, don't let me see you again." The woman in the Cheongsam covered her red and swollen face and stared at Xiao Axian in disbelief. She still had no idea what had happened. It was rare for Qin Feng to return to Hero City, so he didn't want to waste his time with people like Xiao Axian. He had already walked into the city with the Dragon God. The crowd opened up a golden path and looked at the two of them with stars in their eyes. Lu Jie was arranging the aftermath of Xiao Axian's punishment. As for the Qiao family in Acropolis City, they would definitely fall. As soon as they entered Hero City, the Dragon God sensed the rich spiritual energy of heaven and earth. Before Qin Feng left, he worked with Golden Fur Lion King and the other heroes, as well as Hua Bei and a few experts to set up a spirit gathering formation. Moreover, Devil Beast Mountain was just across the river, so the spiritual energy in Hero City was much richer than the outside world. It was almost as rich as the cultivation holy lands of some hidden sections. You've done quite well here. No wonder there are so many martial artists lining up outside. It looks like I'll have to cultivate here and try to raise my cultivation level. The Dragon God and Qin Feng had already made a plan. The Dragon God wouldn't return to the Dragon God Mountain and would instead stay in Hero City. Qin Feng also planned to move some of the factions in Hero City over to ensure the safety of the two Hero City bases. After the battle with Ling Jiutian, both sides had suffered heavy losses. In the following days, there would definitely be many hidden battles, so Qin Feng needed to reorganize his development. Hero City rapidly developed every day. Every time Qin Feng came back, he felt as if it was his first time in Hero City. The city was surrounded by roads that extended in all directions, and there were many people walking on the streets. Those who didn't know better would think that this was a bustling first-tier city. However, in the depths of this bustling city, Hero City's true base was hidden. There were mountains and forests there, and it was the best place for cultivation. Qinfen's women and the people from the large families all gathered there to cultivate day and night. Ah! Oh! Qinfen! It's really you. Not long after the two of them walked, a cry of surprise came from behind them. Qinfen turned around and saw Zhao Lingxian and Lin Beibei holding hands as they strolled through the streets. Wah wah! Qinfen, I missed you so much. Lin Beibei threw herself into Qinfen's arms and couldn't help but cry. Zhao Lingxian held back her tears, but her beautiful eyes were also misty. The dragon god was left to the side like air. He was so angry that he blew his beard and glared at Qinfen. Qinfen was with his little sister, so how could he be hugging another woman? However, in the next 10 minutes or so, the dragon god slowly got used to this. He already knew that Qinfen used to be a hedonistic young master, but he didn't expect this brat to be so wild and unruly. The entire Hero City was his harem base. Qinfen, you're finally back. If you didn't come back, the sisters were going to look for you. Bai Qing and Li Yuqin came together. The beautiful Su sisters also came. Ma Xinxin, Li Shanshan, and Shui Er all came. The women surrounded Qinfen excitedly. When the dragon god saw that his little sister Shui Er was like a sister to the other women and didn't seem jealous at all, he had no choice but to accept the fact. After chatting with the women for a while, Qinfen brought them to the depths of the mountain forest. When Qinfen left, he set up a spirit-gathering formation on this mountain. Not long after he left, Lin Beibei and the other women all broke through to stage 6 inner qi. Governor Qinfen, you're back. Many people were cultivating in the mountain forest. Hua Bei greeted Qinfen with a smile. The cultivators from the big families in Acropolis City immediately stopped what they were doing and greeted Qinfen. The people from the Ren family and the Yun family in the provincial capital also came to greet Qinfen. Soon, hundreds of people gathered around Qinfen. All of them looked at Qinfen with reverence. The scene made the dragon god jealous. Master, where did you go this time? Little Yao has broken through to the early stage of stage 9 inner qi. Can you take me with you next time when you have a mission? Little Yao trotted over and stood in front of Qinfen. Her breasts bounced up and down. Qinfen almost lost his cool when he saw her. Yun Xiao, Qiao Shi, Han Ying, Rao Sherman, and Zhang Kuku were cultivating in the mountain forest. When they heard that Qinfen had returned, they immediately rushed over. More and more people gathered around Qinfen. It was as if all the beauties in Acropolis City and the provincial capital were here. A dozen or so beauties were fighting to get close to Su Yan. After saying their goodbyes, everyone tactfully left, leaving the space for Qinfen and the beauties. The dragon god shook his head and smiled bitterly, then left with Hua Bei and the rest. Qinfen brought the women to the innermost mountain. He sat on the mountain peak and looked down at the beautiful scenery of Hero City. This place used to be a mountain resort, but in less than a year, it had become a bustling city. Qinfen sighed with emotion. The beauties took turns to lie in Qinfen's arms. Qinfen discovered that they were all hardworking. Every one of them had a rapid improvement in their cultivation base. The weakest among them was teacher Chang Xin. She was brought to Hero City not long ago. However, even Chang Xin had broken through to stage 3 inner qi. My dear, our strength has improved by leaps and bounds. It's all thanks to the spirit gathering formation you set up. But since there are too many people cultivating, the formation isn't as powerful as it used to be. Recently, everyone has been feeling tired when they cultivate. It feels like they don't have enough spiritual qi. Han Ying lay in Qin Fen's arms and looked at him coquettishly. This seductress was the most seductive among the women. Qin Fen's big hands would touch her body from time to time. He almost pushed Han Ying away in front of everyone. However, Qin Fen quickly became serious when they started talking about business. The spirit gathering formation was indeed inconvenient because it was the most basic formation. Now that Qin Fen's strength had stabilized at the peak of stage 1 true Qi and he had brought the divine dragon with him, he planned to set up the Sea Heart formation and the spirit guiding formation. The Sea Heart formation was similar to the Earth Core formation in the Immortal Ascension Cave, the holy place of cultivation in the Starlight sect. The Earth Core formation used the movement of the Earth's crust to transform energy into spiritual energy, while the Sea Heart formation used the tidal force of seawater to transform into spiritual energy. Once the Sea Heart formation was completed, the density of spiritual Qi in Hero City would instantly increase by more than 10 times. As for the spirit guiding formation, it would gather the spiritual Qi in the surroundings. Qin Fen planned to set up the spirit guiding formation mainly to attract the spiritual Qi from Devil Beast Mountain. With these thoughts in mind, Qin Fen immediately got to work. Be it the Sea Heart formation or the spirit guiding formation, they were both advanced formations and required a lot of preparation work. Qin Fen began to refine the formation flags and spirit stones on the mountain top. The women sat around Qin Fen and continued to cultivate. They refined all the way until the afternoon of the second day. Finally, they finished refining the formation flags and spirit stones. The divine dragon, Hua Bei, Yun Tiankong, and the other experts rushed over. Everyone heard the news that Qin Fen wanted to set up the Sea Heart formation and the spirit guiding formation. Even the divine dragon didn't know how to set up formations. Qin Fen's idea shocked everyone. Qin Fen, the Sea Heart formation is amazing. Do you know how to set up a formation? The divine dragon came straight to the point. The rest of the people looked at Qin Fen with anticipation. Chapter 12:27. Qin Feng led a group of elites to the Song River outside the city and looked at the chilling Devil Beast Mountain from across the river. The Devil Beast Mountain occupied a huge area. Qin Feng had only entered the outer and middle regions. He had no idea what the interior of the Devil Beast Mountain was like. He rode on the flaming golden eagle and looked down from the sky several times, but all he saw was a shroud of black mist. The river water churned endlessly. Every day, the tidal force generated a large amount of energy. The energy was wasted along with the flow of the river. Qin Feng set up the Sea Heart formation to gather the energy. Qin Feng, what should we do? The lady surrounded Qin Feng and looked at him curiously and excitedly. The Divine Dragon sect members stood outside the circle and waited for Qin Feng to set up the formation. Previously, Qin Feng had spent 50,000 hedonist points to upgrade the most basic 5 elements formation to the Heaven and Earth formation. He used the Heaven and Earth formation to break the formations when he attacked the inner hidden sections. Now, he knew how to set up the Sea Heart formation and the Spirit Guiding formation. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng stood on his flying sword and hovered above the river. He flew along the Song River and soon arrived at the sea. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind rose from the sea, stirring up waves that were dozens of feet high. A gigantic creature slowly emerged from the bottom of the sea, startling the Divine Dragon sect members. "What's that?" the Divine Dragon sect members exclaimed. "I think it's young Master Qin's pet." Lu Jia and the others had seen the black turtle before, so they explained. Many descendants of the major clans had gathered around. It was their first time seeing the black turtle, which was as huge as a yacht. They were dumbfounded. Such a powerful overlord of the sea was young Master Qin's pet. "Big brother Qin Feng, take me surfing on the giant turtle." The others were in awe when they saw the black turtle. Zhang Kuku, who had drunk the ancient beast gene fluid, leaped onto the black turtle's back and jumped around on the giant turtle's shell. She was so powerful that she could trample the black turtle to death. Qin Feng realized how powerful Zhang Kuku was. She looked like a little loli with a child's face, but there was an ancient beast hidden in her body. Even Qin Feng was afraid of her. Kuku, stop jumping. Black turtle can't even float up. Qin Feng's face darkened. He jumped onto Black Turtle's back and held Zhang Kuku down. Zhang Kuku was so excited that she threw herself into Qin Feng's arms. The impact almost sent Qin Feng, who was a Stage 1 true energy cultivator, flying into the sea. It had only been a month since he last saw Zhang Kuku, and this girl had become even more ferocious. Kiki, stop fooling around. I'm doing serious business right now. I'll play with you after I set up the formation. Qin Feng pinched Zhang Kuku's little face. Zhang Kuku pouted and sulked, but she did not cause any trouble. Qin Feng waved his hand and threw a few formation flags and spirit stones to the many-banded kite. The currents in the depths of the sea were rapid and the water pressure was enormous. Even Qin Feng didn't dare to rashly dive thousands of meters into the sea to set up a formation. This arduous task was just right for the black turtle. With Zhang Kuku in his arms, Qin Feng stepped on his flying sword and hovered high in the sky. The black tortoise sank into the sea, causing a large area of the sea to churn violently. The movement of the black tortoise once again shocked the people on the shore. After a while, Little Pig's voice resounded in Qin Feng's mind. Master, the black turtle has set up the formation according to your instructions. Qin Feng's expression turned solemn. The formation was set up, and now, it was time to activate the formation core. Then, the heart of the sea formation would be completed. However, it was not easy to activate the formation core because it was located in the deepest part of the sea. Roar! Suddenly, a furious roar came from the surface of the sea. It was as if a sea monster had emerged from the bottom of the sea. The black turtle let out a tsunami roar. The many-banded kite's body, which was dozens of meters long, was spinning faster and faster in the sea. Like a giant spinning top, it stirred up a hurricane in the sea. The sea water was blown away by the hurricane, and a vacuum was formed. Fuck! This sea monster is so powerful. If we give this black turtle to China as our naval force, China's combat power in the sea will increase by 100-fold. I think I saw the formation being completed. There's a blinking light at the bottom of the sea. Everyone was shocked by the power of the black turtle. Suddenly, Qin Feng swung his flying sword at the bottom of the sea and roared, "Everyone, attack the formation core together. Let the formation core absorb the energy and form the formation." Not only did they need to attack the formation core to break the formation, but they also needed to attack the formation core when forming the formation. However, the effects of the two were completely different. The former was to break the formation, while the latter was to let the formation core gather energy. When enough energy was gathered to support the formation core would be formed, and the formation would begin to take effect. The hundreds of people standing on the shore suddenly woke up, and they all attacked the formation core at the bottom of the sea with all their might. Blades, swords, fire, and ice. Everyone's cultivation methods and martial skills were different. The wind and clouds in the sky changed, and the sky above the sea looked like a spectacle of the end of the world. After fighting for more than half an hour, the formation core of the sea heart formation was still not formed. More than half of the hundreds of people gathered on the shore were running out of inner chi. Although they had a lot of people, their strengths were not uniform. Most of them were below stage 8 inner chi. Their combined strength might not even be enough to defeat the divine dragon, Hua Bei, and Yunkong Tian. Qin Feng, I feel that the formation core is about to form. Hurry up and find help. "We can't give up halfway," the divine dragon roared, and a wave was set off on the sea. Qin Feng could see more clearly than anyone else that the sea heart formation had gathered half of its energy. As long as they could hold on for another hour, the formation core would be formed. Boom! 6 loud noises exploded in the sky. Under everyone's astonished gaze, the Golden Fur Lion King, the other 3 heroes, and their 2 battle pets descended from the sky. The golden saber was extremely dazzling, and it seemed to have lit up the entire sea. The Golden Fur Lion King had always been a person who started fighting as soon as he appeared. He waved his hand, and a golden saber aura that was more than 100 meters long appeared at the bottom of the sea. Shimin Chui Shua and Ouyang Feng had already landed on the shore. One of them was wielding a sword, and the other was twirling a snake staff. Hua Tuo didn't attack the formation core. Instead, he set up a small formation around the formation to help everyone recover their strength. Hua Tuo was also a moving alchemy furnace. He had all kinds of good pills with him, and he would give them one from time to time. Bang, bang, bang. Loud noises came from all directions on the sea surface. The appearance of the Golden Fur Lion King and the other heroes boosted everyone's morale, and they launched a new round of attacks. Qin Feng then summoned the 5 Kings' Golden Talisman. The 5 Kings of the Verdant sect were very powerful, and the scene of their evil energy surging into the sky stunned everyone. The flaming golden eagle hovered in the sky and kept spewing fire. The glacial snow mastiff jumped onto the back of the black tortoise and unleashed its frost spikes. The sea turtle unleashed its tsunami roar, and the many-banded kite launched its venom attack. Boom! After an unknown period of time, a loud noise came from the bottom of the sea. It was as if a big hole had been blasted out of the seabed. Under the surprised and excited gazes of everyone, a layer of transparent barrier appeared, flashing with a faint blue light. It was the Eye of the Sea Heart Grand Array. Once the formation core was formed, everyone stopped immediately. The black tortoise let out a furious roar and disappeared into the waves. The empty space above the sea was suddenly filled up by the waves, and the scenery of the vast sea was restored. The waves under the sea surged violently, and rays of green light flickered and disappeared. These rays of light condensed into spiritual energy and spread into Hero City. The people standing on the shore felt the most intimate, and they felt as if they were bathing in the spring breeze. Young Master Qin, did the sea's heart formation succeed? I can feel the spiritual energy around us increasing exponentially. This formation is too powerful. It has just been set up, and it already produced such dense spiritual energy. In a few months, Hero City will become a holy land for cultivation. I can't take it anymore. I have to start cultivating. I feel like I can break through to the peak of stage 9 inner chi in a year. Everyone shouted excitedly, as if they had just won a battle. Qin Fen's heart was in turmoil. He did not expect to succeed on his first try in setting up a high-level formation like the sea's heart formation. Many people sat cross-legged on the shore. The attack just now had depleted most of their energy, and they needed time to recover. Qin Fen, the divine dragon, and the other heroes did not feel much. They ran to the shore of Devil Beast Mountain and Qin Fen set up a soul-guiding formation. Although the soul-guiding formation was also a high-level formation, it was much simpler than the sea's heart formation. Qin Fen led the divine dragon and the others to set up the formation. The spiritual energy in Devil Beast Mountain seemed to have a mind of its own. It moved toward the soul-guiding formation and floated into Hero City along with the spiritual energy produced by the sea's heart formation. After the 2 formations were completed, Qin Fen felt relieved. He believed that the spiritual energy in Hero City would only increase in the future. Cultivating in such an environment was like riding on a rocket. When the girls' realms increased, they would have the ability to protect themselves. Even if Ling Jiutian dared to attack Hero City, Qin Fen would not be too worried. In the next few days, Qin Fen and the girls cultivated in the forest. The battle with Ling Jiutian made Qin Fen realize that his realms were too low. Although he had dominated the secular world and the martial arts world, he was still a far cry from Ling Jiutian or some of the hermit masters. Cultivation was an extremely boring thing. Naturally, he needed some fun activities to fill his time. The dozen or so beauties seemed to have discussed it. Every few hours, one of them would come to Qin Fen, and the other beauties would retreat to the side. Fortunately, Qin Fen was strong and unyielding. It was not difficult for him to fight against 10 people alone. The beauties enjoyed the passion after their reunion. Some of them even broke through their realms during the battle. Qin Fen stayed in Hero City for 10 days. During this time, there were powerhouses from the martial arts world coming to Hero City every day. Some small sects from the martial arts world even moved their bases to Hero City. Dongfang Qing Shui's Bua Observatory was one of them. The defense of Hero City in Acropolis City continued to strengthen. There were many powerhouses in the city. Seeing that everything was peaceful, Qin Fen went to the martial arts world alone. Chapter 1228. Qin Fen was shocked when he arrived at Hero City. This place had changed so much that Qin Fen almost couldn't recognize it. Alliance Master Qin. You're back. Everyone, come out. Alliance Master Qin is back. I heard Alliance Master Qin went to South Africa and destroyed the Golden Assassin cruise base. Alliance Master Qin is so domineering. Why didn't you call everyone? Otherwise, we could kill to our heart's content with Alliance Master Qin. Qin Fen was now the pinnacle of martial artists in China's secular world and the Alliance Master of the outer martial arts world. He was a dazzling existence wherever he went. Hundreds of martial artists rushed out of Hero City. They were all disciples of the big and small sects in the outer martial arts world. They had already formed an alliance with Hero City. Their strength was more than a level higher than the martial artists in China's secular world. The weakest among them was a stage 6 inner chi martial artist. However, even among the outer martial arts world, there were very few true chi stage martial artists. Qin Fen walked in front of everyone. Master, you're finally back. Shaoli really missed you, old sweetheart. Bring me with you the next time you go on a mission. I'm not weak, so I won't be a burden to you. Shaoli and Elder Qian Huanchild ran out. They hadn't seen each other in a while, so Shaoli really missed Qin Fen. However, she shyly stood to the side. On the other hand, the illusionary child seemed to have changed into a different person. Ever since she followed Qin Fen, she was not reserved in front of Qin Fen at all. At this moment, she was already lying in Qin Fen's arms and touching Qin Fen's chest. Qin Fen secretly pinched Elder Qian Huanchild's butt and looked around. He suddenly furrowed his brows and asked, "Where's Ruoro? Is she cultivating in seclusion?" At the mention of Su Ruoro, Elder Qian Huanchild and Shaoli looked troubled. Qin Fen had a bad premonition. He was no longer in the mood to flirt with Elder Qian Huanchild. He glared at her and yelled, "I'm asking you a question. Where's Ruoro?" She probably went to participate in the demon conference. Elder Qian Huanchild complained. Demon conference. Ruoro is an orthodox martial artist. Why would she participate in the demon conference? Qin Fen was puzzled. Shaoli's expression was a bit anxious. She walked to Qin Feng's side and said, "Master, Ruoro told us to help her keep this a secret. She was mainly afraid that if you found out, it would delay your business. Ruoro's mother seems to have returned to the demon race's holy religion, the Star Luna sect, to be punished. She was placed under house arrest by the Star Luna sect. When Rollercoasters found out about this, she rushed to participate in the demon race convention. She wants to obtain the demon race's holy maiden and save her mother. Qin Feng's eyes flickered with uncertainty. He had previously rescued Su Rollercoasters' mother, Lu Yu, from Qin Zhao's hands and arranged for her to live in the capital's Qin manor. He didn't think that Lu Yu would take the initiative to return to the Stellar Luna sect to be punished. The reason why she did this was probably because she was worried that the people from Star Moon's sect would direct their anger onto Su Rollercoasters. Qin Feng knew about Lu Yu's background. She was a genius disciple of the #1 demonic sect, the Stellar Luna sect. Back then, she was selected as a candidate for the demon race's holy maiden. The demon race's holy maiden could only marry the demon king or become one of the demon king's lovers. In the end, Lu Yu fell in love with an orthodox martial cultivator and gave birth to Su Rollercoasters. This enraged the entire demon race, and they had been trying to capture Lu Yu. Later, Su Rollercoasters' father died while escaping. Lu Yu took Su Rollercoasters to live in seclusion. In the end, Qin Zhao discovered Lu Yu and threatened her to do something for him. That was why Su Rollercoasters betrayed Qin Feng in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. After learning that Su Rollercoasters went to participate in the demon race convention to save her mother, Qin Feng didn't dare to stay any longer. He turned around to look for Su Rollercoasters. "Master, I know you're very anxious right now, but you should calm down. The demon race convention will only start tomorrow. I don't know where Rollercoasters is now. Where are you going to find her?" Shaoli hugged Qin Feng. Qin Feng immediately dialed Su Rollercoasters' phone, but found that her phone was turned off. "Where is the demon race convention?" Qin Feng calmed down a little. "It's around the northern mountains of the outer martial world," Shaoli said quickly. "When exactly is it?" "It starts at 8 in the morning tomorrow. I heard that the competition will last an entire day. When the time comes, demonic cultivators will gather, and orthodox martial cultivators won't be allowed to approach. Once they're discovered, they'll be killed." Shaoli's expression became anxious again. The Demon Race Convention was a martial arts competition held by the Chinese demonic cultivator sects once every 3 years. They wanted to elect a new demon king and the demon race's saintess. This was the grandest gathering of demonic cultivators, and outsiders were definitely not allowed to participate. In the ancient martial world of China, because of the different cultivation methods, there were many types of cultivation. Orthodox martial cultivators made up the majority, followed by demonic cultivators, evil cultivators from the verdant sect, and rare ghost cultivators like Shaoli. Usually, the cultivators of the various groups would constantly have conflicts, especially between orthodox martial cultivators and demonic cultivators. For example, the martial arts convention held in the outer martial world a while ago was a grand gathering of orthodox martial cultivators. The demon sects didn't dare to come, and they would kill anyone who came. Orthodox martial cultivators aren't allowed to go. But there are many demonic cultivators in the inner and outer hidden sections. What's the rule? Qin Feng was puzzled. Master, those demonic cultivators who hide in the orthodox sects are cultivating in secret. They want to increase their cultivation speed, and they eventually walk the path of demonic cultivators. Once they're discovered by the sects, they'll be expelled from the sects and their names will be removed. The demon race convention this time can only be attended by true disciples of the demon sects. Qin Feng finally understood that the demonic cultivators and the demon sects were two completely different concepts. For example, Hua Yan also practiced the demonic cultivator's cultivation method. She was a dual elemental demonic cultivator, but she wasn't a demon. She had been mingling in the orthodox sects, and no one would know that she was a demonic cultivator unless she fought. The outer martial world and the inner sects were numerous, and their territories were clearly divided. Now, Qin Feng only controlled the righteous sects of the outer martial arts world. In another hidden place was the land of the Devil Clan. The devil cultivators there were all disciples of the devil clan who had their own sections. They were the true devil cultivators. After understanding the situation, Qin Feng became even more worried about Su Ruoro. Although Su Ruoro had entered the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, no one knew how powerful the powerhouses in the demon race's territory were. Qin Feng was actually half a demonic cultivator. He had entered a frenzied state in battle several times, and he also cultivated the Demon Lord's Bible. Therefore, he knew how powerful a demonic cultivator was. In the same realm, a demonic cultivator could easily defeat an orthodox martial cultivator. My old friend, it's just the demon race's territory. Let's lead all the orthodox martial cultivators and kill them all. Qian Huantong shouted arrogantly. The group of orthodox martial cultivators around Qin Feng agreed with him. That's right. Let's kill our way to the demon race's territory and save Ruoro. The conflict between the demon race and orthodox martial cultivators has existed since ancient times. It's time to put an end to it, Alliance Leader Qin. Everyone is ready. We're just waiting for you to say the word. Everyone followed Qin Feng's lead, but Qin Feng had calmed down. Actually, no one knew the situation in the demon race's territory. It was the demon race's base camp, and even the most powerful orthodox martial cultivators wouldn't go there rashly. Moreover, Qin Feng didn't want to start a war. He didn't hate demonic cultivators, and Ouyang Feng was also a demonic cultivator. I'll take care of this myself. Everyone, go and cultivate. Qin Feng waved his hand to calm everyone down. Then, he strode toward the city gate. Shaoli and Qian Huantong followed Qin Feng to the Celestial Ascension Cave. Qin Feng didn't know much about the demon race's strength, so he planned to cultivate in the Celestial Ascension Cave for a night and try to break through to the next realm. Qin Feng sat cross-legged in the Celestial Ascension Cave and concentrated on his cultivation. Shaoli and Qian Huantong didn't dare to disturb him, so they sat at the entrance of the cave and prevented anyone from entering. The Celestial Ascension Cave was supported by the geocentric Grand Formation, so the spiritual qi in the cave was 50 times denser than the outside world. It was comparable to the spiritual qi in the Level 2 Blessed Heavenly Cave Pavilion. Cultivating in the Level 2 Blessed Heavenly Cave Pavilion consumed 2 hedonist points per second, but in the Celestial Ascension Cave, it cost nothing. The night passed in the blink of an eye. Although it was only a dozen hours, it was equivalent to Qin Feng cultivating for 25 days and nights in the outside world. Just as the sky turned white, a loud noise came from Qin Feng's body. The noise caused the cave to shake violently, giving Shaoli and Elder Qian Huantong a fright. Master, are you all right? Old sweetheart, did you break through? As a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert, Qian Huantong quickly noticed the changes in Qin Feng's body. Qin Feng's hair was disheveled, and his handsome and resolute face seemed to be glowing. His qi was as deep as the sea, unfathomable. Qin Feng slowly rose to his feet. Every move he made seemed to be affected by the power of heaven and earth. The true qi in his body seemed to have doubled. Before Qin Feng came to the outside world, he felt that he was about to break through. After a night of cultivation, he completely stepped into Stage 2 True Qi. When Qin Feng was still at Stage 1 True Qi, he could fight martial artists below Stage 3 True Qi with all kinds of spiritual weapons and high-grade cultivation methods. Now that he had broken through to Stage 2 True Qi, coupled with the Golden Whirlwind Wheel and the Golden Phoenix, he had nothing to fear even if a Stage 4 True Qi expert stood in front of him. Qin Feng thought back to the battle with Ling Changkong, the sect leader of Starlight Sect. Qin Feng used all of his skills to barely win. If Ling Changkong, who was at Stage 4 True Qi, came back to life, Qin Feng would not need to use the cannons of star technology. He could just use the Golden Phoenix Saber to hack him to death. Shaoli, what time is it now? Qin Feng recovered from the joy of breaking through and quickly looked at Shaoli. Master, don't worry. It's only 6:00. There are still 2 hours before the start of the Demon Race Conference. With the speed of Master's flying sword, you should be able to get there. Shaoli did not know that Qin Feng had the spacetime door and could teleport there at any time. At this time, Qianhuan Tong walked up to Qin Feng and laid in his arms. He said, "You've been cultivating for the whole night. Let me make you something to eat. What do you want to eat? You two go and eat breakfast." "I won't go." Qin Feng saw that it was still early, so he continued to cultivate in the cave. He had just broken through to stage 2 true qi and needed to stabilize his realm. Qin Feng did not leave, and neither did Shaoli and Qianhuan Tong. The 2 girls did not dare to disturb Qin Feng, so they sat beside Qin Feng and cultivated with him. Chapter 1229. There were many sects in the outer martial world. Not only were there orthodox sects, but there were also many demon sects that had existed for a long time. The North Mountain area was the holy land of the demon race. This spacious forest was full of sections. It was the world of true demon cultivators. Even the disciples of the 5 hidden hegemons would not step into this area easily. If they were killed, they would not be able to find anyone to reason with. Since ancient times, the demon race and the righteous race had been opposing each other. After hundreds of years of fighting, there was no clear winner. Instead, the 2 forces gradually grew stronger and formed their own territories. Su Ruoro was a disciple of Serenity, one of the 5 hidden hegemons. She was a pure orthodox martial cultivator. She had been cultivating hard in the Immortal Ascension Cave in Hero City. Now, she had stepped into the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Chi. She was surrounded by a forest. Walking in the forest in broad daylight seemed a bit gloomy. Su Ruoro held her flexible sword and carefully walked into the depths of the forest. "Yo! Big brother, look! There's a little beauty over there." Suddenly, a shout came from behind. Su Ruoro turned around and saw 5 men in black clothes quickly surrounding her. The 5 of them wore the same black clothes with a cloud symbol on their chest. They seemed to be disciples of some demon sect. One of the big and strong men walked in front of Su Ruoro. He carefully looked at her small face and figure with an evil glint in his eyes. "Hee hee. Little beauty, you are also participating in the Demon Race Conference. Why are you alone? Which sect are you from? The mountain road is long and dangerous. How about we protect you?" The leader of the 5 was Gao Qin. He was smirking at Su Ruoro. Su Ruoro could tell that they had bad intentions. Her expression turned cold. "I have my brothers and sisters waiting for me ahead. I don't need your protection." The 5 of them were a bit disappointed when they heard that Su Ruoro was not alone. However, Gao Chen quickly asked, "Little beauty, we are all disciples of Mount Cloud Sea. Which sect are you from?" Su Ruoro could not say which sect she was from. This was the holy land of the demon race. As a disciple of Hero City, the most powerful orthodox sect in the outer martial world, it would be troublesome if she told them her sect. "When I came out of seclusion, Master told me not to reveal any information about the sect." Su Ruoro's expression remained cold. Gao Chen and the others were a little nervous. Normally, only large sects or secluded mysterious sects would keep information about their sects a secret. For example, the Cloud Sea Mountain that Gao Chen and the others were in was only a very small sect among the many demon sections. They couldn't wait to spread the news. The 5 of them originally wanted to get their hands on Su Ruoro, but now they were staring at each other, not knowing what to do. The disciple who first noticed Su Ruoro was stunned and yelled at Gao Chen, "Big brother, this woman is too beautiful. She's almost as beautiful as the demon race's holy maiden. We can't miss out on such an exquisite beauty. Since she's the only one nearby, let's work together to knock her out and kill her. No one will know about this. The disciple was already bewitched, and the other 3 lackeys stared at Su Ruoro, unable to move their eyes away. Gao Chen glanced at Su Ruoro again. This woman was truly as beautiful as a fairy, but Gao Chen still had some misgivings in his heart. In the end, the lecherous lackey had already made his move. Big brother, don't hesitate. Watch me capture this woman first. The lackey leaped up and clawed at Su Ruoro's chest. Su Ruoro was instantly enraged. Her expression was as cold as frost, and she suddenly raised her lily-white hands. Swoosh! A majestic wave of inner chi surged out of her body. Although Su Ruoro looked weak and easy to bully, she was a true Stage 9 inner chi master. The lackey was only a Stage 6 demon cultivator. Su Ruoro's sword cut a bloody wound on his arm, and he immediately cried out in pain. Damn it! This stinking woman dares to make a move. Big brother, don't hesitate anymore. Hurry up and capture her. We brothers will play with her until she dies. Gao Chen was originally still hesitating, but when he saw that his lackey had been hit, he was instantly enraged. He suddenly slapped Su Ruoro with a ball of raging flames. Rumble. Although Su Ruoro's realm was high, she had almost zero combat experience. Moreover, it was her first time fighting a demon cultivator. She was so frightened that she hurriedly retreated a few steps and was almost burned by the flames. Brothers, let's attack together. This woman's realm is quite high, but she doesn't know how to fight. As the great elder of Mount Yunhai, Gao Chen was a Stage 8 demon cultivator. His strength was comparable to an orthodox Stage 9 inner chi cultivator. He was originally no match for Su Ruoro, but Su Ruoro didn't know how to fight, so she couldn't unleash her full strength. All of his lackeys attacked. As demon cultivators, they could casually slap out flames or ice, scaring Su Ruoro into running. The wind howled in the forest, and it was impossible to tell the directions. Su Ruoro lost her way after running for a while, but the 5 people behind her were unwilling to give up. The flames and ice almost hit her a few times. You shameless bastards! If you dare to chase me again, I won't be polite anymore. Even Su Ruoro's kind heart was enraged. The lackey who was stabbed by her sword yelled, "Stinking woman, why don't you show me some mercy? With our great elder Gao here, you're nothing. Hurry up and surrender. When we play with you later, we can be gentler, bastard." Su Ruoro was furious. Ever since she recovered her memory, she had followed Qin Feng wholeheartedly. How could she allow others to insult her reputation like this? Su Ruoro, who had been running away, took the initiative to meet them. Her body was as light as a swallow, and she leaped onto the heads of the 5 people. Her white dress fluttered in the wind, and she looked like a fairy that had descended to the mortal world. Swoosh! The flexible sword in her hand fell from the sky, and several sword flowers enveloped the area. Su Ruoro was a mid-stage Stage 9 inner chi expert, so 3 of her lackeys fell to the ground with one slash of her sword. Damn it! How dare you hurt the disciples of Mount Yunhai? I'll teach you a lesson. Gao Chen narrowly dodged Su Ruoro's sword. He roared and rushed forward. Several fireballs flew towards Su Ruoro, and their speed was twice as fast as before. Su Ruoro swung her sword, and her body was still in midair. She couldn't change her direction, and the fireballs were about to hit her. Whoosh! A loud explosion sounded. Su Ruoro was so scared that she closed her eyes. After a second, she felt her feet land safely on the ground. She quickly opened her eyes and saw a wall of ice in front of her. A sexy woman wearing a red qipao fell from the sky. Crackle. Before she could see the woman's face clearly, a blood-red whip filled the sky. When the whip fell, it suddenly burst into flames and hit Gao Chen's chest. His shirt was torn to shreds, and a long whip mark appeared on his chest. His skin and flesh were split open. How dare you act wildly in front of the disciples of the Demon Moon cult? The Demon Moon cult leader, Hua Yan, is here. Get lost. The person landed on the ground. She wore a flirtatious red qipao, revealing her slender legs and full chest. Her hair was fiery red, and there was a red dot between her eyebrows. She looked like a powerful demon cultivator. Gao Chen was shocked by the whip. This Hua Yan was a dual-attribute demon cultivator. She had fire in one hand and ice in the other. How powerful was she? However, Gao Chen was puzzled. He knew the major sects of the demon race very well, and he didn't dare to provoke them. But what the hell was this demon moon cult? Gao Chen had been in the sacred land of the demon race for more than 10 years, but this was the first time he had heard of it. Could it be one of the most secretive sects that didn't go out? Cult leader, please calm down. We will get lost now, immediately. Gao Chen didn't dare to think too much. He was already scared shitless. His 4 lackeys were all seriously injured, and they supported each other and ran away. After the 5 of them left for a while, Su Ruoro finally regained her senses. She quickly ran to Hua Yan. Thank you, cult leader, for saving my life. Hua Yan and Su Ruoro didn't know each other. After the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace, Su Ruoro was taken to Serenity by sect leader Jing Axin. Qin Feng left Acropolis City to go to Provincial Capital University. That was how he met Hua Yan. The 2 women looked at each other and marveled at each other's beauty. Hua Yan even wondered if she should take Su Ruoro into her own sect. When the time came, she could be Qin Feng's mistress. That way, she would definitely be praised by Qin Feng. You don't have to be so polite. We're all women. Since I saw this, I naturally have to help. Oh right, you don't look like a demon cultivator. Why did you come to the demon race's sacred land? Hua Yan had told Qin Feng about the demon race conference a long time ago. She even asked Qin Feng to join her sect and accompany her. In reality, there was a condition for the participants of the demon race conference. They had to be disciples of the demon race's sections. Hua Yan wasn't an orthodox demon cultivator, so she created her own demon sect. Up until now, she was the only one in the sect. Although Hua Yan had the cold and arrogant appearance of a sect leader, it was just to scare the 5 people from Mount Cloud Sea. She didn't think that she would actually shock them. Su Ruoro was also shocked. She thought Hua Yan was very powerful. Cult leader, I am indeed an orthodox martial cultivator. Can you not kill me? Su Ruoro became nervous. This was the demon race's sacred land. An orthodox martial cultivator would only die if she barged in. Hua Yan's expression changed drastically. She didn't think that Su Ruoro was an orthodox martial cultivator. Did this girl want to die? You're too bold. You dare to run into the demon race's sacred land as a martial cultivator? But don't be afraid. I'll take you as my disciple now. That way, you'll be a member of the demon race. Hua Yan's little plan was very clear. She would take Su Ruoro as her disciple first, then bring her back to Qin Feng to have some fun. Really? You're willing to take me as your disciple? You won't kill me. Su Ruoro was shocked. She felt that Hua Yan didn't seem like a member of the demon race. Logically speaking, I should kill you. But who asked me to be merciful? I'll take you as my disciple, Hua Yan said pretentiously. Su Ruoro felt depressed. She had long heard that true demon cultivators were cruel and merciless. How could they be described as merciful? However, Su Ruoro felt that the little beauty in front of her was not bad. She even saved her life. After some hesitation, Su Ruoro agreed. Chapter 1230. Under Hua Yan's enticement, Su Ruoro foolishly joined her sect. Burning texts library. All of a sudden, Hua Yan pulled out a makeup pen and tapped Su Ruoro's forehead. Ah. What's wrong? Su Ruoro was puzzled. Hua Yan looked at the red dot between Su Ruoro's eyebrows and nodded with satisfaction. Don't worry, I've put a mark between your eyebrows. It's the same as mine. Demons will have a red mark between their eyebrows when they reach a high rank. This way, no one will suspect your identity. Su Ruoro nodded in realization. She suddenly looked at Hua Yan's forehead and felt like it was painted with makeup. Hua Yan wasn't the one who drew it, so she felt guilty under Su Ruoro's gaze. She forced herself to remain calm and said coldly, "What are you looking at?" Master's painting is formed by the condensation of demonic qi, so it's definitely different from yours. Don't be envious. Su Ruoro pursed her lips and didn't say much. After a moment of silence, she asked, "By the way, how should I address you, hierarch?" "Just call me sect leader Hua Yan." "Our sect is the Demon Moon sect," Hua Yan said with a smile. "Sect leader Hua Yan, how many demon clan disciples do we have? Does he have a high status among the demon sects?" Su Ruoro was looking forward to it. If the Demon Moon cult was very powerful, Su Ruoro wanted to ask Hua Yan to help her save her mother. However, Hua Yan was stumped by this question. She said with a guilty conscience, "Ahem. Our Devil Moon cult has many disciples and masters. We also have a prominent position in the entire Devil clan. Anyway, don't be afraid. If you encounter any trouble in the Devil clan's sacred land in the future, just say the name of the Devil Moon cult." Hua Yan said it seriously, and Su Ruoro believed her. Sect leader Hua Yan is also here to participate in the Demon Race Convention, right? I plan to become the Holy Maiden of the Demon Race. Can you help me? Su Ruoro became excited and hurriedly expressed her intentions. Hua Yan's expression changed drastically. She exclaimed, "You, an orthodox martial cultivator, want to run for the Demon Race's saintis? Are you crazy?" Su Ruoro knew that her thoughts were unrealistic, but she was so worried about her mother's safety that she lost all rationality. "But now that I've joined the Demon Moon cult, wouldn't I be a demon disciple?" Su Ruoro asked. Hua Yan felt depressed. The Demon Moon cult was nothing. It had been established for less than a year, and Hua Yan was the only one in the entire cult. No, now there was Su Ruoro. Such a lowly sect probably didn't even have the qualifications to participate in the Demon Race's Holy Maiden selection, let alone participate in the selection. In fact, Hua Yan had originally planned to become the Holy Maiden of the Demon Race. At that time, she wanted to use the power of the Demon Race to defeat the Alchemy sect and kill her enemy, Bai Yufei. But now that Qin Fen had helped her fulfill her wish of vengeance, Hua Yan was here to join in the fun. "By the way, what's your name?" Hua Yan suddenly looked at Su Ruoro. Su Ruoro thought for a moment and said, "Wu Xian." Disciple Wu Xin, the Demon Race's saintis has to undergo a strict selection process. Appearance, figure, strength, realm, and many other factors must be selected. Even if you join my Demon Moon cult, your identity will be exposed the moment you make a move. You don't even know how to release the most basic flames and ice. I can tell at a glance that you're not a demon cultivator, Hua Yan's words completely dispelled Su Ruorou's thoughts of becoming the demon race's saintess. She suddenly looked at Hua Yan and said, "Cult Master Hua Yan, can you do me a favor?" Hua Yan wholeheartedly wanted to subdue Su Ruorou and bring her to Qin Fen as his lover. She couldn't refuse Su Ruorou now. "Tell me. I'll definitely help you if I can. I want to barge into a demon sect," Su Ruorou said with some excitement. Hua Yan's expression changed drastically. She forced herself to remain calm and said, "What sect?" "Stellar Luna sect." As soon as Su Ruorou's words fell, Hua Yan jumped in fright. The Stellar Luna sect was one of the strongest sects in the demon race. They even had a saintess in the last demon race conference. However, rumor had it that the saintess ran away with an orthodox martial cultivator. Hua Yan didn't know whether it was true or not. Ahem. I'll think about this first. The demon race conference is about to begin. Let's talk about it after the conference is over. Hua Yan was shocked. She was only a stage 8 demon cultivator. How would she dare to barge into the Stellar Luna sect? She could only temporarily delay Su Ruorou. Su Ruorou believed Hua Yan's words. She immediately bowed to Hua Yan and said, "Disciple Wuxin thanks Hierarch Hua Yan in advance." Hua Yan blushed. She wasn't like this in the past. She realized that after spending so much time with Qin Feng, she had learned to trick people. "Disciple Wuxin, you don't have to be so polite. Let's go to the demon race conference together. I'll protect you." Hua Yan felt a little guilty towards Su Ruorou. She walked up to Su Ruorou and hugged her. Along the way, the two women walked hand in hand like good sisters. Hua Yan was extroverted and talked about many things. Su Ruorou was a little absent-minded. She felt that Hua Yan was about the same age as her. Sometimes, she talked like a child. Is she really the leader of a sect? She doesn't look like one. The demon race conference was held in a forest in the depths of the northern mountains. It was less than an hour before the conference began. All the disciples of the demon race sects flocked to the conference. People came and went in the huge forest. The wild beasts seemed to have sensed danger and hid. Along the way, many disciples passed by Su Ruorou and Hua Yan. They were all attracted by their beauty. However, with so many people coming and going, no one dared to make a move on their children. Wouldn't that be a disgrace to their own sect? Hierarch Hua Yan, what's going on ahead? After walking for an unknown amount of time, they arrived at the depths of the forest. There were more than 10 long lines in front of them. All the disciples of the demon race sects were queuing for something. They're checking tickets. It's not easy to enter the demon race conference. You must be a disciple of a demon race sect. If you find someone from an orthodox sect trying to sneak in, you'll be killed on the spot. Hua Yan's words made Su Ruorou tremble. She was glad that she met Hierarch Hua Yan. Otherwise, she might have already died. Alright, let's wait. Don't look around. It's easy to attract trouble. Hua Yan had worked hard in society since she was young. She knew a lot more than Su Ruorou. She took care of Su Ruorou like a big sister, which made Su Ruorou feel grateful. The two girls stood out from the crowd, especially Hua Yan. Her devilish figure and angelic face attracted many people's furtive glances, almost causing Hua Yan's hair to stand on end. After waiting for half an hour, it was finally Hua Yan and Su Ruorou's turn. There was a row of demon guards standing at the entrance of the forest. These people were wearing black battle armor with the pattern of thunder clouds engraved on their shoulders. It was the symbol of the thunder cult established by the current demon king, Zhonglu. There were 8 great guards of the thunder cult guarding here. No wonder everyone lined up in an orderly manner. No one dared to mess around. Which sect are you two from? Take out your token. The leader of the guards was holding a silver spear. He was tall and sturdy. Su Ruoro and Hua Yen were scared. The two girls were not demon disciples. They were just here to fish in troubled waters. At this moment, they had a guilty conscience. How dare you? I am the hierarch of the Demon Moon cult, Hua Yen. Be polite when you speak. Hua Yen was born to be strange and bold. She pretended to be angry and stared at the guard. The demon disciples in the queue were shocked. They stared at Hua Yen and Su Ruoro. They were the 8 great guards of the Thunder Cult. No one dared to be ruthless. They were afraid of offending them. They did not expect the 2 girls to be so aggressive. The 8 guards were also stunned. The leader of the guards glared at Hua Yen. He was a little flustered. Basically all the devil sects had come to the demon race convention this time, and there was no lack of large sects that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the Thunderbolt sect. The 8 guards were merely disciples of the Thunderbolt sect. If they really offended the elders or sect masters of other large sects, the consequences would be very tragic. What demon moon cult? Why have I not heard of it? The leader of the guards looked at Hua Yen suspiciously. His tone was obviously softer. Su Ruoro's heart tightened. She was a little worried. Hierarch Hua Yen said that the Demon Moon cult had many disciples and experts. How could these guards not have heard of it? An awkward expression appeared on Hua Yan's face. She was on the verge of collapsing. You're just ignorant if you've never heard of it. This is the token of our sect. Let us in. Hua Yen took out a jade token. The words Demon Moon Cult were engraved on it. This token was indeed issued by the Demon Races Church Alliance. After a sect was established in the Demon Races Holy Land, they would issue a unified token to recognize the status of these sections. However, the Demon Moon Cult was established not long ago and was not famous. It was normal that the 8 great guards had not heard of it. Even the 100 or so demon disciples in the queue had not heard of it. The leader of the guards looked at the token. It was indeed issued by the Demon Races Church Alliance. Thus, he began to look through the register. It recorded the names of all the sects that were qualified to participate in the Demon Race Convention. He looked through it from beginning to end. However, he could not find the Demon Moon Cult. Humph. What bullshit Demon Moon Cult? Is it a newly established sect? It hasn't even been a year, right? Are you a member of the Demon Dao? Don't you know that only sects that have been established for more than a year are qualified to participate in the Demon Race Convention? Hurry up and get lost. After the leader of the guards found out the status of Hua Yan's sect, his expression became fierce. A small sect that was established not long ago dared to act so ruthlessly in front of him. They were simply asking for a scolding. Let's go. Hua Yen immediately realized that danger was approaching. She pulled Su Ruoro and ran. However, the 2 women's realms were still a little low. They were hit by the violent demonic chi that burst out from the leader of the guards. They were directly sent flying and only stopped when they landed on a big tree. The 2 women quickly got up from the ground. They were not seriously injured. However, their clothes were stained with some dust. The red mark between Su Ruoro's eyebrows was also half wiped off. She looked a little embarrassed. No, there's something wrong with these 2 women. The white-robed woman's eyebrows were painted on. She is not a demon disciple. The crowd was instantly in an uproar. Su Ruoro and Hua Yen were quite frightened. Facing so many demon disciples, the 2 of them were not a match for them. Wu Axian, run! Hua Yen did not dare to stay any longer. She called out to Su Ruoro as she ran, and Su Ruoro immediately followed behind her. However, They had only run a few steps when a berserk demonic chi surged behind them, followed by a furious roar. There's actually a martial cultivator who invaded the demon race's holy land. This is simply suicide. Chapter 1231. Male. The strength of this guard captain of the Stellar Lunas sect was not ordinary. The berserk devil chi around him was clearly the sign of a 9th-level devil cultivator. When a devil cultivator reached the 9th level of devil chi, the realms were not as detailed as the 9 inner levels of martial cultivators. There was no distinction of beginning, middle, end, or peak. Demon cultivators had many tricks up their sleeves. They could transform their demonic aura into fire, ice, and even lightning. They could also enter the berserk mode to increase their strength rapidly. They were much more powerful than orthodox martial cultivators of the same realm. Su Ruoro had just entered the mid-stage of Stage 9 Inner Chi, but she lacked combat experience. Hua Yen, on the other hand, was only a Stage 8 demon cultivator. The two of them were powerless before the captain of the guard. Boom! The fireballs fell on Su Ruoro, and Hua Yen felt the temperature behind them rising rapidly. Seeing that the fireballs were about to hit Su Ruoro, Hua Yen gritted her teeth and launched a ball of ice. Crack! A wall of ice appeared out of thin air and blocked the attack. Su Ruoro narrowly dodged the attack, but the ice quickly melted in the flames. It only lasted for the blink of an eye before several balls of flames descended. Wu Axian, run! Hua Yen yelled as she was hit by a fireball. The violent demonic aura exploded on her body and sent her flying more than 10 meters away. Su Ruoro stopped abruptly. Tears welled up in her eyes when she saw Hua Yen, whom she had just met, risked her life to save her. She leaped to Hua Yan's side. Hua Yen, are you all right? Hua Yen covered her chest with her hand. She was enraged. How dare this captain of the guard hurt her? She was Qin Feng's woman. At this moment, the captain of the guard, who was clad in black demonic armor, leaped toward them without giving them a chance to catch their breath. Run! Don't worry about me. Hua Yen pushed Su Ruoro. Su Ruoro felt a surge of warmth in her heart. She leaped into the air and drew her soft sword. How dare you hurt the leader of the Demon Moon cult? Watch my sword. A gust of wind blew, eliciting screams from the crowd. Su Ruoro was a mid-stage Stage 9 Inner Chi expert. She unleashed an earth-shattering aura with her sword. The surging sword chi surged like a tidal wave and blotted out the sky. Many low-ranked demon cultivators were suffocated by the pressure. Many of them were men who had been eyeing Su Ruoro's beauty. Many of them were terrified when they saw how powerful this woman was. Humph! A mere demon moon cult is nothing. It's not even worthy of carrying my Thunder Cult's shoes. The guard captain's expression did not change. He suddenly clapped his hands, and several fireballs flew out, blocking the sword chi. Su Ruoro was very fearful of the flames. She continuously leaped between the trees and swung her sword from time to time. However, she was unable to harm the captain of the guards. Woman, you are indeed an orthodox martial cultivator. You can't even release the most basic fire and ice. How dare a martial cultivator trespass into our demon race's sacred land? Everyone, attack together and capture her. After exchanging blows, Su Ruoro's identity was completely exposed. The other 7 guards flew over and instantly surrounded Su Ruoro. Hua Yen recuperated and stabilized the demonic energy in her body. She leaped to Su Ruoro's side, and the 2 women stood back to back as they stared at the guards around them vigilantly. Their hearts were as anxious as ants on a hot pan. Hierarch Hua Yen, my identity has been exposed, but you are a member of the demon clan. Don't worry about me, leave quickly. Hua Yan had never abandoned Su Ruoro. At this moment, Su Ruoro did not want to implicate Hua Yan. The two women whispered to each other. Hua Yan said firmly, "How can I do that? You have joined my demon moon cult, so you are mine. As long as I am alive, no one can bully you. Don't worry too much, the great demon king of our demon moon cult has not arrived yet. If he finds out that we have been bullied, this group of people will all die." The great demon king that Hua Yan mentioned was Qin Feng, but Su Ruoro did not believe it. Su Ruoro could see that Hua Yan's strength was similar to hers. The demon moon cult that she established probably had an ordinary status. It did not even have the qualification to participate in the demon race convention. Attack! The captain of the guards had already lost his patience. As soon as he gave the order, 8 guards flew over at the same time. For a moment, fire and ice covered the two women's heads, as if it was raining ice and fire. Such a powerful lineup of attacks stunned the group of devil disciples in the queue. Their eyes flashed with a hint of pity. Such beautiful and exquisite little beauties were destroyed just like that. Bang! 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 A series of loud noises exploded in the forest. Su Ruoro and Hua Yan stood in the center of the explosion. They even closed their eyes, but the two women did not feel any injuries. When they opened their eyes, they were instantly stunned by the scene in front of them. High up in the sky above their heads, there was an additional layer of deep blue dazzling ice. The ice was like an impenetrable fortress, holding up the sky above the two girls. No matter how fierce the attacks of the 8 guards were, they could not break through the protection of the ice wall. What is this? The captain of the guards had already discovered the abnormality. He frowned as he looked at the hard layer of ice. Suddenly, there was a cry of surprise from the crowd. Then, everyone looked at the sky in the distance. What is that? A demon king has descended. What a beautiful light. I heard that after stepping into the demon king stage, one can walk in the air and travel 1,000 miles in a breath. Is it really a demon king? The demon race has not seen a demon king for hundreds of years. That person is approaching. He is coming. Even the 8 guards stopped their attacks and looked at the dazzling sky in the distance. A silver light appeared, as if a celestial being had descended from the sky. The newcomer's white robe and long hair fluttered in the wind. He stepped on 2 balls of fire and moved hundreds of meters in the blink of an eye. After a few breaths, he arrived at the crowd from afar. Hundreds of demon disciples were dumbfounded. They were so scared that they did not even dare to breathe. Even the 8 guards of the Thunder sect were nervous. Who was this person? We are the 8 guards of the Thunder sect. May I know who you are? One of the 8 guards suddenly spoke. As soon as he finished speaking, a golden light flashed. A loud explosion followed. The guard who was still alive a second ago was blown into a bloody mess. Hiss. The crowd gasped. The vast forest was immersed in a deathly silence. That was a guard of the Thunder sect, a stage 8 demon cultivator. No one saw how Qin Feng attacked. How could an stage 8 demon cultivator die so easily? I am the demon king of the demon moon sect, young Master Feng. You dare to bully my woman. You are courting death. The newcomer was Qin Feng, who had come from the time gate. His roar shook the entire forest. Qin Feng had stabilized his stage 2 true qi. He stepped on the golden whirlwind wheel and held the overbearing golden phoenix in his hand. It was as if a god had descended. The atmosphere was silent and oppressive. The group of demon disciples were so scared that their legs were trembling. The remaining 7 guards' hearts were beating wildly. The newcomer's strength was unfathomable. It made people want to kneel in front of him. The leader of the guards hurriedly thought of the Demon Moon sect, but he could not think of which sect it was. There were many sects in the demon race. Among them, the Thunder sect was the strongest because they had the previous demon king. However, the Star Luna sect, the Void Soul Palace, and the Life and Death sect were also famous. Their power was not much weaker than the Thunder sect. However, the leader of the guards was not familiar with the Demon Moon sect. It was definitely not a famous sect. Otherwise, everyone would not be so unfamiliar with it. However, in the next moment, a white light flashed in the leader of the guards' eyes. The Demon Moon sect. Wasn't it the sect where the two women they wanted to kill were from? When everyone came to their senses, Qin Feng was already standing beside the two women. Everyone's heart tightened. They watched the 8 guards bully Su Ruoro and Hua Yan. Now that their man came looking for trouble, would he beat them up? Qin Feng. Why are you here? The moment they saw Qin Feng, Su Ruoro and Hua Yan felt a warm current in their hearts. They threw themselves into Qin Feng's arms at the same time. Qin Feng came in time. He patted the two women's heads dotingly. Hua Yan suddenly jumped out and looked at Su Ruoro and Qin Feng in a daze. She said, You know each other. Su Ruoro suddenly woke up. Ah. I am Qin Feng's woman. What about you? Hua Yan was depressed. Wasn't Qin Feng a little too promiscuous? She randomly met a beautiful woman in the demon race's sacred land. The probability was very high. Qin Feng was depressed when he saw the two women standing together. He came to look for Su Ruoro, but he didn't expect Hua Yan to come. However, now was not the time to talk about this. Qin Feng stood in front of the two women and looked at the 7 guards coldly. You want to kill the people of the Demon Moon sect. You are courting death. Before Qin Feng came, he learned about the situation in the demon race's sacred land from Shaoli. All the people here were people of the demon Dao. Qin Feng didn't plan to fight them directly. He pretended to be the demon king of the Demon Moon sect and came with the identity of a demon cultivator. The 7 guards, who were originally arrogant and despotic, stared at each other. None of them dared to take the initiative to speak. When Qin Feng descended from the sky, it was as if he had stepped into the realm of a demon king. With a single move, he killed a level 8 demon cultivator. Such a powerful skill caused everyone to tremble in fear. Senior, we found out that the woman is not a demon cultivator, so we attacked her. Since you are the leader of the Demon Moon sect, you should give us an explanation. We are the guards of the Thunder sect. We are specially ordered by the Demon King Chong Lu to guard this place and check the information and identity of the participants of the Demon Race Convention. The leader of the guard suppressed the nervousness in his heart and looked at Qin Feng with a slightly cold tone. Although Qin Feng's skill was good, the 7 guards were disciples of the Thunder sect, the number 1 sect of the demon race. They would not easily bow to Qin Feng. Thunder sect. What the hell is that? Is it very powerful? Qin Feng didn't understand the situation in the demon race's sacred land at all. He showed a look of disdain. Suddenly, there was a sigh. You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.